KXI Studios, the home of the Patriots, the Celts, the Revs, and the Bruins. Boston's home for sports is 98.5, the Sports Hub. Please leave information. This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From the newly renamed Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's Bruins hockey as tonight Boston hits the road to take on the streaking Carolina Hurricanes for the first time this season. Welcome into the broadcast alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. It is great to have you with us. The Bruins back below the 500 mark after a 2-0 loss at the hands of the Philadelphia Flyers on Tuesday night at TD Garden, a game where Boston struggled to get much accomplished offensively. The Bees have just one win over the course of their last 5 games, and in the 4 losses, Jim Montgomery's team has scored a total of 3 goals.
We're not making plays. We're not doing enough to generate high-danger scoring chances. Whether that's a will to go to those areas or, not the right game plan, we're all culpable for not coming out with a victory tonight.
Yeah, specifically the game against the Flyers was just not, let's just face it, it was just not good enough. And I think they all realized that. They didn't like the way that they played. They didn't like some of the things that they did in that game. They didn't give up a lot. They gave up a lot in the first period, let's put it that way. But as the game went on, they didn't give up a whole lot after that. But just not enough offensively for them. You figure if they tighten things up defensively, that some of the offense will come for them because they've scored enough goals this year, but not recently. And that's going to lead to massive changes here tonight with the lines and the way that they're going to be doled out. I mean, you want to talk about putting the lines in a blender and, seeing what comes out. That's what you're going to see here today, or that's what we're going to see here today with the lines and up front for the Bruins. They're reaching for things right now. They need to get something going offensively. They hated the way that they played. A team that has given up 40 goals in 9 games going into that one the other day in the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Bruins got shut out by the Flyers in that one. Just not good enough, and they've got to find a way, and that's what they're searching for right now.
Well, as you said, Jim Montgomery, he started it in the 3rd period the other night, started shuffling the lines around, and that will continue tonight in an effort to find some offensive push. He's going to break up what's been his best line so far, sprinkling Mark Kastelik, Cole Koepke, and Johnny Beecher onto 3 different lines tonight.
Our 4th line has been our best line, if you want to call it a 4th line. And the message to those 3, and that was the most important message, was you guys are being split up to help the other guys be better, not for you to become quote-unquote skill players. I don't want their games to change. I want them to play north. I want their work habits to rub off on other people so we create more turnovers, create more opportunities.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a challenge sometimes, right? When you're a player that you're used to playing, we'll call it 4th line with other 4th line players, and you have your identity, which is the hard work, the physicality, the little things that get, to help your line be successful, whether it's blocking a shot or whether it's getting it on the forecheck and being physical in that offensive end. And just because you're playing now with quote-unquote more skilled players, you can't change your game. They're there to complement some of the other players and help get them going because, honestly, they haven't been. And some of the more skilled guys for the Bruins, some of the guys that are counted on for offense, they haven't done a good enough job. And they're not hiding from it. They know it. They realize it. But they're searching for answers up front. They're searching for answers on how to be successful here in games. And they're going to have a tough time tonight. Carolina's, even with all the changes that they've made, some of the good players that they've lost, it's a team that had a really successful road trip. They're confident in the way that they play. They might not be quite as relentless as they have been over the last couple of seasons under Rod Brindamore, just because they don't have the same exact personnel. But they're very capable, and they've done a nice job out of the gate. So it's going to be a challenge for the Bruins here tonight.
Well, as part of the offensive struggles throughout the course of the first 10 games, the power play has ranked 26th in the league, coming off an 0-for-4 night on Tuesday against Philadelphia. We'll also expect to see some changes on that unit this evening. Elias Lindholm and company struggling to find any consistent success with the man advantage.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the execution has been pretty poor. Whether moving around and the puck is bouncing and it's not as crisp as we would like to, and it affects the game. I think with this league is if you're good on special teams, you can win a lot of games, and unfortunately our special teams hasn't been that good.
Now, they're in between right now. There's no, you have to be decisive. When the puck gets on your stick, you have to know what you want to do with it. So sometimes you can dust it off a little bit and take a look around and figure out where you want to go with it. But best power plays are the puck movement and movement, but puck movement. That puck goes down low, it's a one-touch pass into the bumper. That puck goes off to the half wall onto the elbow, it's either a one-timer or it's bumped back into the middle or bumped back out on high. You got to know what you're going to do with the puck before you get it. And right now, the Bruins are in between in a lot of areas. And I know that you can point to, say, look at just the work ethic has to be better. Okay, don't disagree with that. But there has to be some decision-making, too. And if you're not confident and you're not playing with that confidence when you have the man advantage, it's going to look ugly. And Bruins had a 5-on-3 the other day. They got 2 shots, but I don't think either one of them were overly dangerous. They didn't get a shot on any of their other power plays. That tells you something. That's telling that they are really searching for it right now. So we'll see if the changes in personnel make a difference. Hopefully they do. Usually it's a short-term fix, and then maybe you can go back to what got you there type of thing. But they need some kind of jolt in that area right now, and they're hoping for it here today.
Well, we'll see if they can find it. As we continue here on our Bruins pregame show, we'll go around the NHL, including Morgan Rielly and the Maple Leafs getting ready to take on Seattle, minus one of their defensemen.
You wish him the best. He's a good player. He has a good work ethic, so I think he'll find his way.
I'll talk with Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery about how he wants to turn things around.
We're a team that's searching. A lot of players are searching for, their role and the tightness that they have of not either producing within their role or scoring.
And up next, we take a look at the opponent for tonight, the Carolina Hurricanes.
He has it. He finds Natchez. Natchez is in. Natchez shot. He scores! And Marty Natchez stays red hot on the road.
That's all coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Up Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Do you know how old your roof is or if it has any missing shingles? Would you know if it's still under warranty or how many years it has left? An hour of your time can get you a free inspection, honest advice, and an exact price if your roof needs replacement. Choose Marshall, your local roofing, siding, and window people.
Squadron Commander.
Outbound for check.
Plus soccer coach.
Bring it in, Chief.
Submarine Hunter.
Contact acquired.
And Big Sky Hunter.
See the Big Dipper?
Navy health benefits.
Open wide for me.
Plus some everyday perks.
Hey, buddy. I'm home early.
Never missing out. Never missing out.
Happy birthday to
America's Navy Reserve. It's everything you love about the Navy, plus everything else you just love. Learn more at NavyReserve.com.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Jones with a reset. Leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews. Drops back, stands in, throws it back shoulder. Myers catches the 45 near side. Tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work. against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
The Honda Prologue, Civic Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and CR-V Hybrid are redefining the future of electrifying performance. But the one thing that launches us to the front lines of innovation is the spirit of determination that powers us. Visit your local Honda dealer or shop online today.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Natchez. He'll leave it for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere finds Aho. He scores in overtime. Sebastian Aho, his 57th career game winner.
Back here in Carolina, where the Hurricanes return home tonight for the first time in 16 days, but the time away was certainly worth it. They won 5 out of 6 games on a road trip. It capped off with a 4-3 overtime win in Vancouver on Monday night. It's also the 4th win in a row for Rod Brindamore's team.
I think just the competitive nature for 60 minutes, like we really, almost every game, I mean, yeah, we had some, parts of, the other team got their game going, but really we came ready to go every night and, probably deserved better in a lot of the periods that we had. Really thought the game in hand. So like I said, I think for putting a lot of new stuff for a lot of new guys, I think we're picking up pretty well, and still encouraging because I know we can be better.
Yeah, Carolina became a little bit of a casualty with some of the players that they had to lose over the offseason because of the salary cap, right? Brett Pesce's gone, Brady Shea's gone. Those are 2 really important players for them on the back end. And, they've tried to replace them. They have. They lose their goaltender. One of their top goaltenders, in Freddie Anderson. He's, unfortunately for him, he's had a lot of injuries throughout his career. But he goes on the shelf here. But Kochetkov expected to play here today. So they're not quite as... They're a fast team who likes to be in your face all over the ice. That's their style. That's Rod Brindamore. That's what he wants to see from his team all the time. I don't know if they can completely play that way, the way that they want to, but they're doing a pretty good job of it. And a lot of people, pointed their fingers at Carolina, saying with some of the losses that they have, that they're not going to be as good or competitive this year. Well, they're 6-2 out of the gate, and a lot of it's on the road, and including those 4 wins in a row that they have. So, this is a formidable team. Can they get the job done when the playoffs start? That's a different story. But right now, they're a tough out for anybody, and they've been like that for several years now. They take on the personality of their coach, and that's relentless. Can they be as effective being that relentless for 82 games? Still remains to be seen, but they're going to feel pretty good about themselves coming back home after that road trip.
To your point about Freddie Anderson, who was injured on Saturday against Seattle, he had actually been leading the league in the early going in goals against average. Brindamore said this morning he's considered week to week, so we'll see how long he is out. Meanwhile,
he's always considered week.
Yeah, it's been a rough go of it for Anderson, but when he's in there, he can be very, very good, as he has shown early in this season. As you mentioned, Kochetkov will have to shoulder more of the load starting tonight. Meanwhile, the rest of the Hurricanes have had 2 days off to recover from their time on the road, and Sebastian Aho hopes that won't affect their focus.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good, but honestly, in 2 days we're right back at it, so you can't really, what's done is done, and now we fly home and try to just repeat it. Obviously, just got to be mentally sharp whenever Thursday we play the next game, and just kind of keep grinding.
It's funny, you talk to some of the Carolina people, and they say, and even watching some of their games, they say, we had a really good road trip, and we're 6-2 to start the year, but they're not crazy about the way that they're playing. I think that's a sign of a good team, right? That you're still striving to be better in certain areas, and you know that you can be better in certain areas. And, Aho's line's been pretty good. They haven't been dominant, but they've been pretty good. You've had some other players who have been off to a bit of a slow start, yet here they are, 6-2. In the Metro Division. The Metro Division will be tough one this year. I think the Atlantic Division has proven to be a very difficult one so far this season. I mean, we're only 9 games in, 10 games in, whatever it is. Carolina's only played 8, so there's a long, long way to go. But, you wonder at what point does the better teams start to separate themselves, and the Bruins have enough to worry about being a game under 500 here to start the season and the way that they've played.
Getting you ready for the Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes. Joe Murray will give us a Sports Hub headlines check coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
At Marshall, we never want you to feel overwhelmed. We pride ourselves on great communication and customer service. We'll come out to your home, take measurements and photos, and together customize the right project for your home and budget. Choose Marshall, your local roofing, siding, and window people.
Former CIA officer Jason Hansen here. In my line of work, I've seen firsthand how fast the world can change. With rising geopolitical tensions and inflation eating your buying power, it's time to take action. For me, that means gold. And for gold, I exclusively trust Advantage Gold. I urge you to do the same. Call them now at 800-900-8000 for a free gold guide to discover the security that comes with owning precious metals. Again, call 800-900-8000 today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
Drake May at practice today as the Patriots prepare for the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. There is Thursday night football tonight. Jets, they host the Texans, and Lucas Giolito picked up his $19 million option with the Red Sox. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Now open in Rainham, Reading, and Braintree. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob, they'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $289 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.79 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 11/4/24.
It's hockey night in Boston, and we've got a real barn burner on our hands. Time to grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, hockey fans win big on Bruins home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. Oh yeah, that's slapshot savings for all. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time at participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com/Bruins.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for just $1, and everyone is going, including you. Just a hunch. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Third-party delivery prices may be higher.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2024.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2024 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Hurricanes coming up from Carolina as we go around the NHL. The Toronto Maple Leafs will host the Seattle Kraken. A trade yesterday for Toronto. Defenseman Timothy Liljegren off to San Jose. Meanwhile, today, William Nylander apparently went public with a call for more ice time.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little bit what I've been trying to talk to Chief about to get that ice time back to where it was before. I think it helps my game a lot to do what I want to be able to do out there. So, yeah, hopefully it's something to figure out.
Never a dull moment in Toronto, right? William Nylander, yeah, he's looking for a little bit more ice time. Okay, that's not a bad thing. As long as you are able to produce, and as long as you're able to play to your standards, and you can lobby with Craig Berube. Craig Berube's going to do what he wants to do. He's coming in there to try to get this team fixed when the playoffs start next year, because they've had so many playoff disappointments here over the past several seasons with the core intact the way that they are. So, he's trying to instill a game plan with the Toronto Maple Leafs. A little uneven to start, right? 5-4, but 5-4-1, I should say. Not poor, but not to their standards either. So they're looking for it, and William Nylander's a talented player. He's a guy that can help you in a lot of different ways, and he's really, from that contract dispute that he had a few years ago, and then since then, what he's been able to do, he's one of their more consistent players. Everybody talks about Matthews and Marner, and even Tavares to a certain extent, but he is a solid, really good player for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, in between two games against the Bruins this week, the Flyers will host St. Louis tonight. Coach Drew Bannister's Blues have lost 3 out of 4.
Internally, we're going to have to figure out what the issues are, and we'll talk about that and move forward. And we have an opportunity to go on the road here in Philly and still come off the road 500. So, we got to figure out right now what our issues are, and we'll move forward.
They're 500, right? They're 5-5. Their one win in that stretch of games was against the Toronto Maple Leafs, actually. And the Bruins, and they're playing the Flyers here tonight. The Bruins just had all they could handle with the Flyers the other day at the TD Garden. It was not a good game for Boston, admittedly so, and the Bruins have another chance at the Flyers on Saturday afternoon to finish this brief two-game road trip.
Anaheim visiting Pittsburgh to take on the slumping Penguins tonight.
They're both, Pittsburgh can't keep the puck out of their net, right? Tristan Jarry's not even playing for them right now. He's had an awful start to the season. Defensively, they're really struggling. They can score. Malkin's having a good start to the season, but they cannot keep the puck out of their net. And, for Anaheim here today, they're obviously they're in a rebuilding phase. They're 4-4-1 to start the season. Anaheim is. They've got some good young players to build around, what gives today in Pittsburgh. The Penguins just trying to figure it out.
Cole Caulfield and the Canadiens gave up 8 to Seattle on Tuesday night. They'll try to right the ship against Washington.
Obviously, after our last game, I think, we need to change some things up, maybe spark some energy, just find some new looks, and, that game's behind us. Just looking forward to tonight and being better as a group.
Elsewhere tonight, the Oilers visiting Nashville. Reports out of Edmonton say Connor McDavid likely to miss 2 to 3 weeks with that ankle injury. And out in San Jose, the Sharks, who've won back-to-back games, will host the Chicago Blackhawks. We'll talk with Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery as our pregame show continues next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
David Pasternak plays here.
High slot now, McAvoy far side. Pasternak shoots, looking for the tip. It comes back to him. Fires. He scores! He's got another. Marchand, high slot, looks back door, swings it across, popping out. Pasternak shoots. He scores! Marchand got it, right circle. Bergeron to Pasternak shoots. He scores!
This is the home of the Bees. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by home improvement projects? At Marshall Building and Remodeling, we want to get you the information you need without feeling pressured. We have a complete customer care team and thousands of reviews, so you know you're in good hands. Choose Marshall. We protect what's inside by caring for what's outside.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt. An interactive, multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
And here are some statistics about erectile dysfunction. First, half of men over age 50 have it, with even more of us affected as we get into our 60s and beyond. ED can also impact younger men, even in their 30s, which makes it one of the most pervasive conditions in medicine. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and statistics are one thing, but it's the emotional toll on relationships and the impacts on a man's confidence and self-esteem that are the true tragedies of erectile dysfunction. This is why you need to get treated for your ED, but where you get treated is just as important as getting treated, because who you trust for your health care is critical. At Northeast Men's Health, men's sexual health is our focus. Our providers are experts in treating ED, and we offer the complete range of treatment options with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means you can get your sex life back. So call us. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 617-793-5000 or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Jim Montgomery is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Well, first off, let's go back to the other night, 2-0 loss to Philadelphia. Just kind of your overall thoughts on what went wrong for your team throughout the course of that game.
Well, I thought our first two periods actually were pretty good hockey. I mean, special teams, especially the power play, what didn't create the scoring chances we wanted. And 5-on-5, we had a lot of ozone time, but weren't able to create enough grade A scoring chances there as well.
You mentioned the power play. You guys had that 5-on-3 opportunity early on in the game, and then you get a 5-on-4 opportunity about midway through the third period as well. Weren't able to cash in on those. Where is your power play right now, and and how do you go about formulating a little bit more consistency there?
Well, we've given consistency a lot of opportunity. Consistency is brought from playing the same personnel together. And on the first power play unit, we didn't change personnel for 10 games. That's going to change tonight. And what we need is more puck movement and people looking to score goals more. I know it seems funny, but what happens a lot of times when people struggle on the power play is they're never looking at the net and they're never looking to score. They're looking for that next pass.
So over the course of the first 10 games, we've certainly seen some good from your team. We've seen some bad from your team. Where do you feel like this team is right now, coming off of that game the other night versus where we saw them in Game 9 against Toronto? It's, two very different looks.
Yeah, we're a team that's searching. A lot of players are searching for, their role and the tightness that they have of not either producing within their role or scoring. And our commitment and our identity here as the Bruins is that we're going to check and we're going to make it hard for you no matter what. And that's the area that we need to be consistent at, and the offense will take care of itself.
What are the biggest positives you've seen through 10 games so far?
The Kastelik line, Kastelik and Kepke coming to join us, the growth of John Beecher in his second year, Korpisalo, how well he's played in the games he's played, has been a very, that's nice to have that guy that can shore up Jeremy Swayman. Outside of that, there's a lot of players and a lot of us as a team that needs to be significantly, consistently better.
You still have that sense of confidence that this team is better than what we've seen so far?
Yeah, we're 10 games in. We've had 70% turnover in the last 2 years if you look at players that have been in a Bruins uniform for more than 1 year. Fortunately, it's taken more time than we want. It's not an excuse. We own our record, but we need to be significantly better and harder to play against.
I asked you a few games ago about the temptation of maybe breaking up the Kastelik line. Looks like you're going in that direction and going to sprinkle those guys throughout the lineup. What do you hope to gain from that?
What we hope to gain is that everybody else, they're going to be able to lead the people they're playing with great habits and work ethic.
All right, let's talk about tonight's game against Carolina. It's a team that's gotten off to a pretty good start, coming off a long road trip where they had a lot of success. What do you expect this game to be like?
I expect this game to be a hard-fought game. You have to win your one-on-one battles against them. They're man-on-man everywhere. There's puck pressure everywhere. They're kind of like Rick Pitino, 94 or 96. Anyways, you just got to know what you're doing. You got to be able to protect pucks, make sound puck decisions, and if you can beat your man off the puck, you're going to end up with some odd man opportunities.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Jim Montgomery joining us. Bruins and Hurricanes coming up. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston's home for sports is the Sports Hub, a Paisley Media Group station.
As the
final 10 seconds tick down. Boston will end up getting shut out here for the second time this season and fall back below the 500 mark with a 2-0 loss to the Flyers tonight here at TD Garden. The Bruins haven't started the season in the way they've become accustomed to under head coach Jim Montgomery. And after being shut out on Tuesday night, Hampus Lindholm says the players need to take ownership of their offensive struggles.
I think that's normal when you're struggling offensively. You kind of hold that stick. This game comes much easier when you just play on your intuition out there, and I think we can stick in going back to that, but also take ownership. We know it's not gonna, no one's gonna hand it to you for free in this league.
That challenge won't be easy against a Carolina team riding high off a 5-1 road trip. It's the Bruins and the Hurricanes, and it's coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, a shot.
Nathan
Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pastrnak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick, and the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put it in. Is 100. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque. David Pastrnak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's Boston Bruins hockey as tonight the Bruins take on the Carolina Hurricanes. And alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Bruins trying to get back the 500 mark. If they can win tonight, what's the biggest key?
Well, I mean, you got to be way better than you were. You have to be more determined and have more of a sense of urgency than you had in your last game against the Philadelphia Flyers. You go back 2 games ago against the Toronto Maple Leafs, a little bit of a rivalry there. You know, you don't like them much. You just played them in the playoffs, so you know that you got to be on top of your game. I think Carolina brings out the same thing in the Bruins. There's no love lost between these two teams. And if that can get some of the competitive juices flowing a little bit better than they did against the Flyers, then so be it. I hope that's the case. They hope that's the case because they realize that games like the Flyers, games like they played against the Flyers just aren't going to cut it and not good enough. And they're still trying to find their way early in the season. We're going to see a whole slew of different lines here for the Bruins. It's going to be you talk about the blender and grind it up and see what comes out. This is what they did here for the lines today. So we'll see if it works.
Our keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have the opening face-off when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
Empty restroom dispensers slowing you down? Reduce runouts with Torque high-capacity dispensers. Better hygiene for better business.
Up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Since 1873, Coors Banquet has been brewed only in Golden, Colorado, where the Rocky Mountains touch the sky and icy spring waters carve its legend. Each sip echoes of generations past. Coors Banquet, enjoyed by rock stars, smugglers, cowboys, and presidents. That's our legacy. What's yours? Coors Banquet.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Getting set for the opening face-off between the Hurricanes and the Bruins. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Carolina Hurricanes, Pyotr Kochetkov. On defense, a pairing of Jacob Slavin and Brent Burns, and up front, Andrei Svechnikov, Sebastian Aho, and Jack Roslovic. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman gets the call in goal. Nikita Zadorov and Andrew Peeke, your defensemen, and up front, John Beecher, Pavel Zacha, and David Pastrnak. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SportsHub. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
The first 5 minutes are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Francis Daxberger of Brockton, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Francis will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of your New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins on the road in the white helmets, white sweaters, black pants. In black from head to toe are the Hurricanes with white numbers and red trim. And we are underway from North Carolina. The puck gets dumped into the Hurricane zone, but shy of the red line was Andrew Peeke. And so an early icing here against Boston, who defends down to our left and will attack at the end to our right in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of different looks up front. We'll see how long they last, if they last the game or if they last just a period or even a few shifts for the Bruins as they look for a spark up front.
Face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman, as Zacha stands in against Aho. Zacha pulled it back toward the corner, but beaten to it along the near board. Slavin will play it back in behind the net. Svechnikov takes it toward the far right wing circle. Dealt it back to Burns at the point. Shot off the end boards, comes kicking back out toward the crease and covered up by Swayman.
Yeah, you got a line here to start the game. You got Zacha and Pastrnak back together. Zacha back in the middle. And then you got Beecher as well. Beecher can take faceoffs as well as Zacha.
Face-off far circle down to our left. Bruins win it. Puck comes around behind the net. And first man to it is Svechnikov. Centering pass, Aho right in front, redirected wide.
Bruins just won 2 faceoffs in a row, and Carolina's first on the puck.
Puck volleyed back into the Carolina zone. Burns sent it behind the net. Played for Svechnikov near side, back across to Burns. He comes to the red line and dumps it down the right wing board. Swayman goes out behind the net to play it here for Boston. McAvoy will start it out. His pass redirected through neutral ice by Koepke. Goes in behind the Carolina net. Around the near side it comes past McAvoy at the point. And he has to chase it back to the red line. Slaps it away from Nechas and gets it back in deep to the Hurricane zone. But Carolina will control. Just over a minute gone by here in the first period. Dmitry Orlov pass across of Swayman.
Jarvis got shaken up there in the offensive zone. He gets to the bench. He's getting some medical attention now on the bench.
Marchand and the Bruins get it into the Carolina zone, but right back out it comes. Gostis Bear will dump it in from the red line. Lohrei takes it off the far wall. Goes it backward for McAvoy. Back around to Lohrei. Neutral ice Kastelik coming back inside his own blue line. Gave to Lohrei, now Frederick kicking it onto his stick. Redirected into the Carolina zone, sent right back out by Orlov. And a dump in by Carrier into the far corner. Chopped at along the far boards. It'll be cleared out for Peeke. To Patra, who had to turn around and get it on his backhand, but got it deep into the Carolina zone. Puck played out toward the blue line. Patra knocks it down, but can't keep it in. Dumps it back in once the Bruins get back on side. Rimming all the way around the far boards, and the Hurricanes get it out. And now gain the attack zone. All by himself was Carrier, as the Hurricanes were changing behind the play. Getting in there to help out now Roslovic. His pass into the middle, picked off by Brazo. At the end of his shift, just got to the red line, dumps into the Carolina zone. Kochetkov, the goaltender, takes a tumble as Beecher came in front of the net. And it's going to be a penalty against the Bruins. Wow. Puck comes in behind. Here's Aho, centering pass, shot, score. Roslovic gives Carolina the 1-0 lead here in the first.
Yeah, delayed penalty coming up to the Bruins. Roslovic is wide open in the slot right now. And Yeah, the delayed penalty gives Kochetkov an opportunity to get off the ice and get a body out there. Boy, did he help that. But the Bruins just do not defend well here. There are 4 guys back on this play. And then they leave the middle of the ice just wide open for Roslovic. And he's a right shot. He gets the pass from Aho from the left wing side. He's wide open in between the hash marks. And there was a couple chances like that the other day against the Flyers. And, you know, your goaltender and Korpisalo was able to make some good saves early going. But you had Aho in alone. And then that chance right there and the goal by Roslovic.
And he gets his 5th of the year. 5 of the last 7 games he has scored. Puck comes deep into Bruins territory here. McAvoy chasing. Nachos off a deflection. Gostisbehere sent one across ice. Picked off to the far circle by Lohrei. He just lifts it out into the neutral zone, but right back in come the Hurricanes. Nachos trying to send one across, and some dangerous play there in front. Lohrei able to get it backhand on it, and the Bruins get it out. 12:50 to go here in the first period. Nachos now from the left wing circle. Hands off for Robertson.
That was a little interference there from Nachos, was it not?
Yeah, certainly appeared as the puck dumped in here by Elias Lindholm. He goes in after it. Dmitry Orlov skates away. In the neutral zone, picked off by Zadorov. And Marchand gets it back into the attack zone, but Orlov around the far side, helped out by Jarvis in front of the Bruins bench. Peak gets knocked off balance by Martinook, and play whistle down for an offside here at the Boston blue line with 12:14 to go in the first period. Jack Roslovic has given the Hurricanes a 1-0 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's overdraft privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Attention, common stock investors. Subscribing to FastGraphs will help you invest with confidence. FastGraphs produces essential fundamentals at a glance, condensing hours of fundamental stock research into mere seconds. Quickly see when it is the right time to buy, hold, or sell a stock using FastGraphs' innovative charts and data models. Visit fastgraphs.com today to see why FastGraphs is the ultimate research tool.
Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Hub.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate the freedom of choice with great offers on the Bronco family, or get winter ready with a Ford F-Series. Bruins trailing 1-0 here on the road in Carolina. 12:14 to go first period. And a face-off just outside the Boston blue line. Pulled back into the defensive zone here by Frederick. It'll be played off the near boards, but not out. Taken toward the corner by Jackson Blake. A centering pass and tipped on goal. Covered up by Swayman.
Yeah, Carolina's quick on pucks right now. The Bruins a half step behind to start this game. We're 8 minutes in. Bruins still looking for their first shot on goal. Haven't really had the puck in the offensive zone.
Elias Lindholm will take this face off. He's got Marchand.
Had one shift where they had an attack there, but
Marchand and Kastelik on this line to start the game tonight. And Kastelik plays one up the right side. Lindholm chasing into the Carolina zone. Got canceled out by Chatfield.
Yeah, that's a good play by Chatfield coming across. Not delaying at all, just coming right across. If you delay there, then you're in between, and it's going to leave somebody open in the middle of the ice.
Drew Peak chasing a puck back into the Boston zone. Sends it hard off the near boards and out. Elias Lindholm tapped it toward the red line, but Bruins couldn't get it moving forward. Now Stahl near the red line. Lost it to Lindholm, but they get tangled up near the Carolina blue line, and Hurricanes have it. Orlov taking his time in his own zone as Carolina gets set up in front of it. Now from the blue line, try to pass it ahead for Aho. Redirected. It gets deep anyway. Carlo picked it into the far corner. Outlet pass finds Beecher coming through neutral ice. Pasternak will play it off the far boards. Beecher moving it from the hash marks down to the back of the net. Pasternak had it taken off of his stick. Carlo pinching in. Couldn't get it away from Svechnikov, who gets it to the red line along the near boards, but then lost it there. Bruins coming back in just onside as Beecher dragging that back skate. Zacha in after it behind the Carolina net, but it'll be lifted out of the zone by Slavin. Comes bouncing down towards Swayman, who's forced to play it as it comes in on goal, and then he is forced to cover it up as well.
Yeah, there won't be a line change here. The Bruins will have to keep those same guys on the ice because that puck came from center ice.
10:37 left here in the first period. Carolina to the 1-0 lead. Jack Roslovic's 5th of the year from Sebastian Aho and Andrei Svechnikov at 6:28. Face off in the defensive zone. Kotkaniemi kicked out, and Nechas gets in there against Coyle. Bruins take control of the puck. Lifted up off the near glass and out by Koepke. Volleyed back toward the Bruins zone. And Hampus Lindholm able to keep the Hurricanes at bay for the moment. McAvoy angles it around behind the net. Here is Lohrei playing it to the far boards. Tap free. It comes to McAvoy. Working his way forward is Jones into the near side corner in a wrestling match with Kotkaniemi. Jones went down, and a penalty coming. They're going to get Kotkaniemi for a high stick. Jones still laying down in the near corner as the official comes over to see if he is injured.
Yeah, not much of an argument there from Kotkaniemi going to the box. He was on the back check on Jones.
Number 82, Carolina's got a double minor. High sticking.
A 4-minute power play coming up here for the Bruins.
First, they had a 5-on-3 in the first period the other day. They had a couple of 5-on-4s. They had a 4-minute power play double minor a couple games ago. They have not done a lot with their power play with the man advantage. So we'll see how this looks here today. They're going to make another change to it. McAvoy's not on the top unit. You got Coyle, Lindholm. That's Elias Lindholm.
Offs it up, and the Hurricanes sweep it all the way back down toward Jeremy Swayman. 3:20 to go on the man advantage on this double minor to Kotkaniemi. Elias Lindholm will bring it through neutral ice, drops it off for Pasternak just outside the Carolina line. Again, can't get it in cleanly, and now the Hurricanes coming back shorthanded. A centering pass out of Aho's reach.
Pasternak had it's twice now right at the offensive blue line trying to make that play, and should be a quick line change.
Orlov, as the Bruins are changing, taking his time in his own zone. Now we'll scale one all the way down to Swayman. Minute 15 gone on the double minor here. McAvoy will play it up the middle. Zacha lofts it into the left wing corner, goes to get it. Gets taken out on the check, and once again out of the zone it goes.
So 2 defensemen on this unit with McAvoy and Lindholm. And Zacha, Brazo, and Patra.
Pass up the middle finds Brazo.
The way to put it. Ugly right now.
The first half of the double minor is over. Exactly 2 minutes left on the Kotkaniemi penalty with 8:05 to go here in the first period, and Carolina leading 1-0.
On the Chatfield hit.
I don't either.
I mean, there's certainly calls that you look at and you're like, you got to be kidding me. But I didn't think there was any real decision on that one, or tough choice for the referee on that one. I thought it was a pretty easy call.
It didn't feel like Marchand went out of his way to embellish it or anything.
He was facing the boards. He's protecting the puck. He didn't turn at the last second.
Crowd not happy as the officials are working on figuring out the proper penalty time. It's a minute 18 left on the Chatfield penalty. And now 2 minutes up on the board with Nechas' number next to it. It is a bench minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. There's Pasternak setting up for Marchand, right circle. Looking back door, he had Elias Lindholm at a tough angle, but just wide of the net. Marchand's got it back now, right wing circle. Up to Pasternak, he'll take the shot. Had save made by Kochetkov. Marchand had it slip away from him, but Pasternak there to keep it alive, and then lost it out of the zone as he was pressured by Stahl. Marchand trying to get back quickly into the zone, drags it across the line, takes the shot. Kochetkov the save, a long rebound. Coyle got it to Pasternak and sent it across. That pass blocked coming through the slot. Pasternak's got it now, high slot. Marchand trying to get it to Lori. It was blocked. Marchand now sent one through the top of the crease, and that's redirected out.
Pretty nice move there by Marchand coming into the zone that time. Looks like he's going to move that puck wide, holds on to it, slides it, pulls it to his forehand as he attacks on the left side.
15 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Pasternak got a feed from Patra down the left circle. Now wheels it back toward the point man, McAvoy. McAvoy walks it along the blue line, gives to Zacha right circle. Pasternak back to McAvoy, back to Pasternak. One touch along for Zacha, one-timer. Kochetkov made the stick save, and the Hurricanes will get the rebound cleared. Chatfield's out of the box, and now trying to spring Aho here on a shorthanded rush with 30 seconds to go on what is now a 5-on-4 power play for the Bruins. Patra will bring back through neutral ice. McAvoy tried to dump it in, partially blocked. McAvoy keeps it moving toward the front of the net, and it'll be steered out of there by Gostisbehere all the way down towards Swayman. 13 seconds left on the 5-on-4. Earboards Kastelik will get it into the Hurricane zone. Gets body position around Orlov, who took a tumble, but the puck popped free, and the Hurricanes will clear it. Brought up ice by Jarvis. He'll chase it deep into Boston territory. Hurricanes are back to full strength. Puck backhanded into the air, glove down, offside by Chatfield at the Boston blue line. So the Bruins tie it up on the goal by Marchand. 4:23 to go here in the first period. It's 1-1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. And Carolina with back-to-back goals with 2:08 to go here in the first. It'll be Jackson Blake who cashes in on this chance.
Yeah, Gostisbehere back, one pass, flip it out of the zone as they've done a few times. Get on this puck. The Bruins have three guys back, but fail in coverage, and it was Orlov in front. I thought Orlov got this goal, but maybe Blake tipped it in front. I thought for sure it was Orlov. He celebrated like it was him. Playing in game number 800 for Dmitry Orlov. I just assumed it was his goal, but Blake was the first guy in the line over to the bench, and now we got another penalty coming up to the Bruins.
High sticking the indication. And Carolina with 2:01 to go in the period will go to the power play. Kastelik being shepherded to the penalty box.
Now Jim Montgomery wants an explanation.
The Bruins give up back-to-back goals just 36 seconds apart. And with 2:01 to go in the first, Carolina back to the power play when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Hotels.com, we know some travelers crave an ocean breeze. Others don't want to deal with sand. And oftentimes, those two people end up together. Compare properties side by side to find yourself poolside, oceanside, and still in a relationship. Find your perfect somewhere with Hotels.com.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month winds down, LifeLock reminds you to update your software regularly. These updates fix security flaws that could be exploited by identity thieves. But don't stop there. LifeLock offers comprehensive identity theft protection that goes the extra mile. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious use of your info, but also takes action to resolve identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
The Honda Prologue, Civic Hybrid, Accord Hybrid, and CR-V Hybrid are redefining the future of electrifying performance. But the one thing that launches us to the front lines of innovation is the spirit of determination that powers us. Visit your local Honda dealer or shop online today.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
2:01 to go here in the first period. Carolina 3, Boston 1, and Mark Kastelik to the box for high sticking.
A little bit of a tough call on him, but they've been pretty strong on these calls.
Necas centering, score. Right after play resumed, Necas just threw one to the front of the net, and it redirects through Swayman. It is 4-1 Carolina.
Yeah, it's a good bounce for Necas, just like Brad Marchand had a good bounce earlier this period. He's trying to center the puck. He's trying to go backdoor from the left wing circle. And sure who this puck went off of Brandon Carlo. And then Necas will get credit for it, but they used the middle of the ice, try to go backdoor off the left leg of Carlo as he's trying to block this pass, and going from bad to worse. Blake did get that previous goal, by the way. It went off the shaft of his stick on the Orlov shot. If they haven't given it to him already, they will, if they can catch up to the goal scoring.
52 seconds for the 3 goals. Svechnikov, Orlov. Well, officially it's Orlov right now, but it will be Blake.
It should be.
And now Necas gets his 5th of the year. Puck comes deep into Boston territory. Pops free, and a shot from the right circle by Blake. That goes wide of the net. On the near boards. Pushed toward the blue line. Volleyed out of his zone here by Kastelik. Played by the Hurricanes back through neutral ice and redirected in by Drury. Minute 15 to go in the period. Carlo's pass up the middle here. Frederick, Brazo couldn't get it cleanly into the attack zone. Carlo able to get a stick on a pass intended for Martinook along the near side of the neutral ice. Stahl gets it back into the Boston zone, and with a misplay for Carlo in front of the net. Jarvis spun it back around behind Swayman, and it'll be brought into the neutral zone and now played off the near boards and deep for Brazo. Brazo and Frederick now joined by Patra down along the end boards. Burns kept it moving towards Slavin near side. And out into the neutral zone. Jarvis off right side looking for Martinook. Up against Lori. Kicked it down deeper for Jarvis going behind the net. Lori will outrace everyone to a puck along the near side. He'll carry it through neutral ice. Heels off right side for Brazo. And as Brazo tried to center, we've got a penalty whistled away from the play here for interference.
Boy, they've set the tone early with penalties, huh?
15.2 seconds left.
It's going to go to the Bruins.
It's going to be against Lora. So 4-1 Carolina, 15 seconds to go in the period, and they're going back to the power play.
It's a goalie interference. So Kochetkov's out, and Lori's going to the net, but he's out like right at the edge of the blue paint. And Lori's not even looking at Kochetkov. He's just going in that direction, looking for a return pass from Brazo. But he makes contact with Kochetkov, and they're calling it tight. That one Kochetkov did not try to sell.
No. The one he did earlier.
Oh, I thought so.
Took it.
That was a delayed penalty where the Hurricanes scored.
So this is power play number 3 for the Hurricanes here in this first period, not including that delayed penalty in which they score. Bruins get the puck all the way down the ice, and Kochetkov stops it at the back of the Carolina net. Spun it around the near side boards, swept through neutral ice by Svechnikov, and the horn will sound to end the first period. Period dominated by penalties on both sides, and on the scoreboard by the Carolina Hurricanes, who have a 4-1 lead after 20 minutes here at the Lenovo Center. We'll be back with our first intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Sports Hub is home to your favorite teams, the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Celtics. Hear every game home and away right here. And get all the latest news from the front office, the locker room, and more. To listening.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Hey, it's Felger here. The NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. First time, new DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code SPORTSHUB. That's code SPORTSHUB for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. And hope is here if you feel you have a gambling problem. Call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start with GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball.
With the cost of everything going up today, wouldn't it be nice to save money, especially on your insurance? And if it was easy to do? At Hub International New England, they're making it simple to protect your family, home, and more. With one call to their new number, 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Easy, right? 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub is the largest insurance broker in New England and offers the widest possible range of options in personal insurance from the best companies like Safety Insurance. Save money and time by calling 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub International New England. They take insurance personally. Learn more at GoCallHub.com. That's GoCallHub.com.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by home improvement projects? At Marshall Building and Remodeling, we want to get you the information you need without feeling pressured. We have a complete customer care team and thousands of reviews, so you know you're in good hands. Choose Marshall. We protect what's inside by caring for what's outside.
The wait is almost over.
This crowd is ready for hockey.
The world's best players take the ice to compete for their country. International best on.
And they trail it 4-1 to the Carolina Hurricanes right now. And as we bring an end to the month of October, we wanted to go back and take a look at what we have seen so far, a month that has been a mixture of both tricks and treats for the black and gold.
As we get things underway for the 2024-25 season, the puck will go first into the Bruins zone. Out it comes with Rodriguez. Side by side with Bennett as they gain the line. Rodriguez takes the shot and scores. And then Korpisalo got run over. And that's going to start quite a bit of scuffling at the far side of the net.
Korpisalo was not a problem tonight. It was the people in front of him. You can't give up 4 backdoor tap-ins.
We are underway, and the home portion of the schedule is underway for the Bruins. Carried across the line here by Beecher. Beecher driving to the side of the net. They score! Kepke on the rebound, and the Bruins make it 5-2. After back-to-back goals here for Montreal, Kastelik score! And the Bruins, with Kastelik getting his second of the night, are right back up by 2.
I think we came out ready to playing hockey, and we're a little bit more composed today, and I think it paid off.
Marchand taps it away from him. Time attempt. It's cleared down ice and into the empty net. So it's 4-0 Predators with 6:04 still to go. It's almost into the Bruins bench. There's Duchesne. Bumped off stride by McAvoy. Here's Sagan moving in right circle. He scores. Tyler Sagan found himself with a puck all alone in the right circle. And 3 straight Dallas power play goals to make it 4-1.
Our attitudes are not in the moment. They're on results. And when your attitude is on results, you tend to take too many penalties because you get frustrated quickly. And you tend to turn over the puck a lot.
Matthews, bad play. Here's Pasternak stepping onto a free puck in front from Marchand. Stolarz down in his belly. They score! Bruins win it in overtime. Marchand and Pasternak combined for the goal.
You know, there was a confidence that we still could get it done, and we still had that opportunity. So I liked our attitude after they scored that thing.
Forster drops one at the blue line here for Frost, and then a shot by Tippett.
He can bring it.
Now a shot from right in the slot for Forster, and he scores. And beats Korpisalo to give Philadelphia a 1-0 lead. Boston will end up getting shut out here for the second time this season and fall back below the 500 mark with a 2-0 loss to the Flyers tonight here at TD Garden.
We're not making plays. We're not doing enough to generate high-danger scoring chances. Whether that's a will to go to those areas or not the right game plan, you know, we're all culpable for not coming out with a victory tonight.
A look back at an extremely eventful month of October for the Boston Bruins, who, after one period of play here in Carolina tonight, trail the Hurricanes by the score of 4-1. We'll get a check of Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray coming up next as our first intermission continues on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No look, bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand. And the Celtics are dancing right now. They're Brogdon across half court. His man's headed for the exit. Tatum, pull up 3. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29 in the way. Tatum to the right. Pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated. Right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline. Turns. Fades. No! Got it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Attention all enthusiasts. It's the 38th Annual Sports and Card Memorabilia Show at the Shriners Auditorium. November 1st through the 3rd, sponsored by 98.5 The Sports Hub. Over 40 stars. Ray Borg, Crawley Fingers, Chris Hogan, Sony Michelle, Trot Nixon, and many more. November 1st through the 3rd. Visit SureShotPromotions.com.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today, federally insured by NCUA.
Are you ready for a bathroom upgrade? Transform your old tub into a stunning walk-in shower with Luxury Makeover. No money down, and with over 32,000 projects completed, your dream bathroom is just a call away. Visit LuxuryMakeover.com right now.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston, the home of the Celtics, Bruins, Rams, and Patriots. Boston's home for sports is 95 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, taking a look at the NHL scoreboard right now. After one period, Toronto leads Seattle 1-0. Beginning of the second period, Flyers have a 1-0 lead over St. Louis. The Ducks won, Penguins 0. He made the injury report today. He is dealing with an ankle injury. Thursday Night Football features the Jets hosting the Houston Texans tonight. Celtics, they lost for the first time last night. They played 2 games in Charlotte beginning on Friday night. And, of course, in baseball news, Dodgers World Series champions winning in 5 games over the Yankees. And Lucas Giolito picked up his $19 million option with the Red Sox. The Bruins are celebrating Jack Edwards with a special pregame presentation on Sunday as they face off against the Kraken at 5 p.m. Select tickets are still available to purchase. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and be there to celebrate Jack Edwards. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, now open in Franklin, Billerica, and Peabody. I'm Joe Murray. The second period is next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
You know how old your roof is or if it has any missing shingles? Would you know if it's still under warranty or how many years it has left? An hour of your time can get you a free inspection, honest advice, and an exact price if your roof needs replacement. Choose Marshall, your local roofing, siding, and window.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your local Nissan dealers. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com. And Dairy Queen. DQ fans, kick off your favorite game with a sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
It's natural to have. But sometimes you get what you pay for, like with suntan lotion or musical instruments. And especially when it comes to home insurance.
Warning, evacuate immediately.
Given the increase in your home's value, now's the time to talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need so you don't end up with the blues. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 47 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Gostisbehere throws one to the net, and they score. That one looked to redirect over the shoulder of Swayman, and Carolina with a power play goal makes it 2-1. And a chance coming down the right wing circle, right in front, Orlov score. Nachos centering, score. Right after play resumed, Nachos just threw one to the front of the net, and it redirects through Swayman. It is 4-1 Carolina. Those 3 goals in a 52-second span, 2 of them on the power play. Carolina builds themselves a 4-1 lead as we go to the second period. And fans, TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
The Bruins still killing here with Mason Lohrei in the box. You know, you look at the 4 goals that were scored. I don't put one of them on the goaltender. There's been, I mean, Bodies open, tip-ins. They get a good break on one of the goals. Power play, zipping it around. The Bruins look, they're a step slow right now. And it was obvious in that first period.
Carolina on their third power play chance of the game. There's still about a minute 40 to go on the Lori penalty. Hurricanes 2 for 2 so far, plus one on a delayed penalty. It is a wide angle shot kicked aside by Swayman. Played back toward the near side of the blue line. Nachas. They work it around quickly, and Jarvis put one off the back glass. Hurricanes attacking down to our right. As the puck taken by Jarvis, centered for Svechnikov. Carlo blocked his shot attempt. Nachas has it back on the far hash marks. Deals it back to Gostisbehere. Down into the left wing circle for Stahl. Up top for Gostisbehere. To Stahl, just outside the dot. Centering pass picked off by Elias Lindholm and clear.
The pass to Svechnikov is there if they want it. He's in the slot. He was open 3 times during that sequence. One shot got blocked by Carlo, but he's wide open in the slot if they want to use him.
Hurricanes coming forward through neutral ice. Right side, puck is loaded deep by Jackson Blake. He'll get it back now on the near side hash marks. Deals it back to Burns at the point. On to Blake. Moving to the top of the right circle. Pivots back toward the near side boards. Sends one all the way across and redirected by Koepke as they try to find Roslovic on the back door. Now Koepke will bring the Bruins forward, shorthanded here. Right circle, throws one toward the front of the net. He had Marchand coming down the middle, but Chetkov able to get a stick on that. Pivots toward the far corner, can't get it out. Team free to Frederick now in the high slot, and he will get it out, but harassed by Stahl, didn't get it very far into the neutral ice. Dumped back in. Lori out of the box, comes back to play the puck. Tried a long pass for Coyle. That was taken away in the center circle. It'll come back towards Swayman. He shovels it aside, around the near side boards, and out it comes as Frederick takes a hit and gets knocked down by Sean Walker. Hampus Lindholm will get it ahead to the attacking blue line. Lori sends it in and heads off. Bruins on a change here with 2:20 gone in this second period. Peak shot it off the near boards from his own zone. Kept alive by Robinson here for the Hurricanes. Off the back of the net. They'll work it back to Orlov, stepping into one from the left wing point, but that one redirected up and over by Swayman. And in the near corner, Max Jones both is there for the Bruins, along with Andrew Peak. Brazo up against Chatfield near boards. Nachas now back along the blue line to keep in. Patra has no stick, so he can't make a play. Nachas now pivots around Patra. Took a tumble. Orlov shot, saved Swayman. Rebound came back to the bottom of the near circle, and Chatfield threw it back to the net. Swayman hangs onto that one, and we get a scrum in behind his net.
Knocked down Kotkaniemi. You see if the referee makes a penalty call here.
Haven't let guys get away with much, if anything, tonight.
They're pretty tight in the first, but they're not going to call anything here. Yeah, Patra without a stick out high, and Nachas trying to kind of dangle out near the blue line. He knows he's got a free rein to do what he wants there without the stick in Patra's hands.
3 minutes into this second period, 4-1 Carolina leads it. Bruins have 5 shots on goal. They have all come on the power play. Pastrnak trying to carry back in, has it taken away. Roslovic coming up the near right wing for Carolina. He lost it near the Boston blue line. Pastrnak from the red line will send it in. Chetkov goes out behind the net, stops it, and sends a forehand pass in front of his own net. Out to the neutral ice and upended. Coming out of the zone. Here's Hampus Lindholm stepping in, shoots and scores. So a turnover coming out of their own zone by Carolina, and Hampus Lindholm able to cash in to cut the lead back to 4-2.
Yeah, I don't know if Svechnikov was looking for a call here or not. He went down and he kind of laid there for a minute. And the Bruins get going right back the other way. I didn't see anything there. He got bumped into, but Kastelik's going to find Lindholm, Hampus Lindholm in the high slot from a pass from the right wing side, and Lindholm is going to make a nice move. Yeah, there was nothing to see there with Svechnikov and Pastrnak in the middle. But a nice move by Lindholm to his backhand and then back to his forehand and gets it in the slot and risks this puck. That's their first 5-on-5 shot on goal, and it's going to beat Kochetkov to the glove side.
Second goal of the year.
The other way after the Bruins turn the puck over just outside the blue line. Marchand got back to make it more 3-on-2, but pretty good opportunity from that right side.
Face-off coming up to the left of Jeremy Swayman. It'll be Beecher to stand in to take this one. Carolina trying to get everyone where they'd like. And now off the face-off. Puck pulled to the near boards by Beecher. Peak dropped it back toward the corner. Backhanded in behind the net by Zadorov. Reversed back around near side by Beecher. But in the battle for it, Nachos able to get position on Peak. Now the Bruins will go with it as Beecher moves it from the red line into the Carolina zone. Frederick in there after it. Hurricanes get it cleared. Nachos has it pop onto his stick, but in offside on the play is Robinson, so the Bruins will get it. Zadorov comes back behind his own net. Outlet pass, looking for Coyle, hit him in the skate. Carolina brings right back into the attack. Moving it around behind the net toward the near side. Kotkaniemi sends one across as they worked it quickly in front, looking for Robinson, but couldn't get a stick on it. Jones clears it out of the Bruins zone.
Yeah, the Bruins need a line change. They got a couple guys off.
Nachos moving it toward the high slot, gets buried by Jones, and puck comes out of the zone. Now Kastelik will pick it up, coming through neutral ice, trying to sweep it ahead for Pastrnak. Couldn't get it to him cleanly. Chatfield will play it back into Boston territory. Roslovic getting in there after it against Peak, and the puck goes redirecting up over the glass out of play.
Yeah, good hit there by Jones, right at the blue line. The Bruins can get a much-needed line change with their two defensemen that were stuck out there in Peak and Zadorov. Nate just trying to dangle. He's done a couple little spinoramas. That time he got a little off balance as he has this puck in the slot area. Jones coming back on the back check takes him out.
Just about 5.5 minutes gone by here in the second. Carolina 4, Bruins 2. Face off in the Boston zone. Kastelik against Aho at first. Now Aho out, and Roslovic will take his place. Carolina controls the drop. Svechnikov played it to the back of the net, looking for Aho. It rolls past him. It'll be lifted up with a backhand by Kastelik out to neutral ice, pursued by Zacha, but the Hurricanes come right back. Pass to the right side, Roslovic, and his shot. Tipped up and over the net. Swayman. Burns, shot, kicked out by Swayman, and another chance at a rebound. Along the near boards, Pastrnak trying to clear, but Burns quickly on top of him. Kastelik will get it out. Burns settling a puck back at his own blue line. And a deal ahead for Aho, taken away. Bruins get it in across the line. Kastelik gets dumped coming down the slot, goes sliding into the crease. And they play on, out to the neutral ice. And the Hurricanes trying to come right back, but they turn it over at the attacking blue line. Pass intended for Brazo doesn't connect, and rolling around to the back glass and goes up and out of play off that dump in into the netting with 13:32 left here in the second period. We step aside. It is 4-2 Carolina on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage. Thanks. You're all set. That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen.
Busy days and long to-do lists? Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Vogue, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends December 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
Prescriptions, co-pays, lab tests. Even with insurance, healthcare can cost thousands every year. But not for me, because I'm enrolled in VA Healthcare. My service was then. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Gain presents A Tale of Longing.
Mark Kastelik, David Pasternak. The assists on the Hampus Lindholm goal at 3:38 of the second, with the helpers on that goal. The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Bruins trailing 4-2, 13.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Puck gets deep into the Boston territory. The outlet pass finds Patra, and coming out into the neutral zone, he dumps it into the Carolina end. Brazo in on the forecheck, able to steal as Kochetkov played it around to the far corner. And go with Patra. Brazo stopped on his way to the net. Angled back into the Boston zone by Carrier. Centering pass by Drury. Broken up in front. And we got a penalty coming up against the Bruins as Patra got the stick up, it looks like, on Jackson Blake.
High sticks in this game, haven't they?
Have been. Official taking a look at Blake.
I think that's Beecher.
It is Beecher.
Number
You're
19,
right.
Boston's got a minor for high sticking.
You know what? I know the stick's up. Wow. Think he wanted the referees to see that? Or what? Stick was up.
Yep.
It's a penalty.
You got him.
Well, I remember his father. Productive player, but he had a little of the same qualities to him.
Jason Blake is his dad. Jackson out of North Dakota. Hobie Baker finalists last year.
They had a couple good college players last year. Nadeau out of Maine, who's in the American Hockey League right now, but looks to be a legit player. He had a great season in Maine. That's Blake.
Fourth power play of the game for Carolina. Svechnikov's one-timer blocked by McAvoy in front of Swayman. They'll get it set up again along the left wing circle. Costas Bear played it to Necas. Centering pass, looking for Svechnikov. Broken up, and the Bruins move ahead here shorthanded. Coyle swings it left side for Marchand, down the circle and around behind the Carolina net. Takes it all the way around to the far circle, and now under pressure brings it all the way back out to the neutral zone. Pivots away from Aho near his own blue line, and now dumps it back into the Carolina zone. Minute 23 to go on the power play for the Hurricanes. 12:15 to go second period. Carolina by 2. Necas to the Boston line. They work it across to the near side for Jarvis. Jarvis pressured by Zacha. Svechnikov tried to shoot from the left wing circle. That was smothered. And it'll get past Gostisbehere, the left point. Carolina getting back onside with 55 seconds left on their power play. Kastelik replacing Elias Lindholm. Kastelik takes one away in front of the Boston bench. Moves into the Carolina zone. Can't get it to the net as it trickles in on Kochetkov, and Hurricanes regain. 37 to go in the power play. Necas slowly to the Boston line.
Yeah, puck movement, quick puck movement by the Carolina Hurricanes. They go top of the circle, down low on the left wing side, and then the quick pass in front. It's a backhand blind pass, but they know where Svechnikov's going to be. On that back door, looking for it, and they get it to him, and he has one whack at it. That's a stop with the left pad by Jeremy Swayman, and it's the second chance by Svechnikov that pushes it home. Was that puck underneath the pad? Can they say that he pitchforked it in? That'd be up to the Bruins if they wanted to challenge or not. And that's what they're looking at right now. I think they're going to not challenge. Jarvis made that pass. You could say it's a blind pass, but he knows he's there.
So second of the night for Svechnikov. Both of them have come on the power play. The Hurricanes are now 3 out of 4. Puck inside the Boston zone. It'll be wheeled toward the corner by Carrier. Pushed around behind the net. Martinook had it knocked off his stick by Warai. Carlo plays it off the boards to himself, shadowed by Stahl. Dropped it back behind the net. Warai trying to pivot away from a check on Martinook. Martinook reaches around him, pokes that puck loose. Got it in front for Roslovic, and he scores. Carolina on the forecheck, forcing the turnover, and Roslovic gets his second of the night.
Yeah, the response reflective of the way the game has gone.
Roslovic now with 2 on the night, 6 on the year. As Korpisalo takes over down at the Boston end. Down at the other end of the ice, Bruins trying to find a way to answer. Those 2 goals come 39 seconds apart. After 3 goals, 52 seconds apart in the first period here for Carolina. And Roslovic wires one wide of Korpisalo from the right circle. He'll fire again. This one, Korpisalo takes in the chest and then covers up. And a face-off will be to his right when we come back. 9:52 to go, just past the midway point of the second period. It's 6-2 Carolina on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today, federally insured by NCUA.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage.
Thanks. You're all set.
That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Fans, purchase raffle tickets for your chance to take home a team-issued Charlie Coyle signed jersey from Hockey Fights Cancer Night. All proceeds benefit the Boston Bruins Foundation. Visit BruinsRaffles.com to purchase your tickets now. The raffle runs through November 5th.
You know, Ryan, it's just we've seen a Bruins team over the last years and you know, impressive, and the way they work, the way they play, the way they. But this is one that. I mean, we've seen bad games before, but this is one that, I mean, we're just past the halfway point of the game. Carolina has 6 goals. The Bruins have 6 shots. And 5 of them have come on the power play.
Right.
Which wasn't even that impressive.
Yeah, 4 of those power
pad down.
He's unable to elevate it over the pad. Well, but if you're right.
You can't elevate it from that angle. You don't have the leverage to elevate it. But if you hold on to it and just drag it for 1 more second, it's in. Like I said, I'm not going to tell him how to score goals, but easy to see from up here, right?
Hurricanes going to get whistled for another icing here. So that shot by Pasternak, the 7th of the night for the Bruins. He's got 3 of them.
He has Kochetkov completely beat.
Costa's also assisted on 2 goals tonight, both of the Bruins' goals. Gives him 10 points in 11 games this season. Another face-off in the Carolina zone. 6:37 to go here in the second. 6-2, they lead it. Hampus Lindholm from the center of the blue line. Shot it down on the right wing corner.
3 icings in a row by Carolina.
McAvoy brings it back to the blue line himself. Sends over for Hampus Lindholm. Shot scored. Looked like Koepke redirected that one in front.
Are they calling this off?
Koepke arguing.
There is no goal on the play due to goaltender interference.
Yeah. No.
It's Elias Lindholm.
If there's
Kochetkov
any
drops his
contact
stick
at
on
all,
the play.
it's marginal. He's already flopped a couple times in this game. And he's right at the edge of the blue paint. They got to challenge this,
I
right?
mean, you have to, right? I mean, what do you have to lose?
They're not going to.
Wow. Jim Montgomery.
Can they challenge?
Barking at the referee.
On a no goal, can they challenge?
Puck comes brought back through neutral ice.
There is marginal contact there. Does it even impair his ability to make that save?
Well, the moment there's contact, Kochetkov drops his stick. And that's the argument if you're Carolina, I guess. But as Marchand sends one across the ice, and a chance denied on the far circle for Koepke. Peak into the neutral zone. Patra will send it down the right wing corner. Orlov in the corner, kicking at that puck.
Kochetkov he's embellished twice here today.
The whistle will play down for another icing here
So
against
goalie interference, but they don't call it a penalty. Lindholm's talking with Chris Kelly, the assistant coach on the bench right now, saying, look, what am I supposed to do here? I'm above the blue paint. Kochetkov's right at the edge of the blue paint. There's just so little there.
Puck will be sent around behind the Carolina net. Pasternak knocked it out of the air with a high stick. He's arguing that. But it brings a stoppage in play with 5:24 to go here in the second.
Look at as poorly as they played. I mean, that puck goes in. It's 6-3. All of a sudden, you got a little bit of life here, but.
We'll step aside here. Bruins trailing by 4 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
What's up, y'all? It's Drewski, here to talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. The app is real simple to use. Pick 2 or more players and pick more or less on their projection. Prize Picks puts their members first. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my lineup hits, I can get my money in less than 15 minutes. Prize Picks invented the Flex Play. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match players on different sports, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. If one of your players go down in the first half, Prize Pick does not count as a loss.
Right now, Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Busy days and long to-do lists? Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Vogue, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends December 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
The games play here.
Here's Vietto. He'll scramble in. Feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Vietto a shot. And that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Bruins crash to the front. Left to the net. Coyle out in front. Gets Gibson out of position. He scores! Charlie Coyle with a dangle. Sneaks it inside the near post with Gibson down and out. Bruins 7, Ducks 1.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more. The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
.524 left here in the second period. Bruins down 6-2. And a face-off coming up in the neutral ice.
Elias Lindholm's got to be just shaking his head right now. For a newcomer, you get to a team, you want to be impressive right off the bat. He was early, right? And things just have not gone his way since. But he's not alone. A long list of guys along with him.
Double checking the rule about coach's challenge. That is a challengeable call.
Sure it is.
Yeah. Just making sure.
I was just double checking.
Yeah. I wanted to read the letter of the rules, make sure we had it right.
They obviously didn't think they were going to win it. So, it's, I don't know, though. You're down 6-2. You're not getting anything done. Is it worth it? Because if you lose the challenge, you go shorthanded again.
Right.
And they've already scored a couple shorthanded goals, or power play goals against you. I think they have 2 power play goals here. One in the first, one in the second. But the way that they moved it around.
Puck is played off and earboards in the Boston zone. Frederick helps it out across the blue line, and now a race up ice. Beecher back out there, brings it around behind the net. Gets tripped up by Kotkaniemi.
I'm saying, though, Ryan, that because you don't know, sometimes you think you've got a challenge on a goalie interference, and you think you're right 100%, but coaches will tell you it's 50-50.
Yeah, the standard is tough to gauge.
It's hard, it's hard to gauge. Every play's different.
There's a chance in front. Yes, sprawling out to make the save that time was Korpisalo.
I certainly would have considered it.
Yeah, again, you're down 4 goals. It's, chance to try and creep your way back a little closer in the game versus being down 4 here with 4 minutes to go in the second period. Lorai circles back behind the Boston net to get a free puck. Lofting one through neutral ice over Elias Lindholm. It'll go for an icing. Fans want to be the first to know on all things Bruins gear, that is. Sign up for the Boston Pro Shop newsletter and receive information on exclusive sales, new product releases, and more. Just head to bostonproshop.com/sign up to subscribe now. Face off inside the Boston zone. Home pulling toward the boards, but Carolina controls. Jarvis backhander blocked by Lindholm. So angle toward Marchand near side. He tried to play it toward the middle, and that got through all the way to the far boards. Thrown into the net by Stahl, but wide. And Bruins will clear the puck, but it's another icing with 3:27 to go here in the second.
Just looking around the league here tonight, some other games. The Leafs up on Seattle 3-0. The Bruins will see Seattle on Sunday. Flyers with a 1-0 lead over St. Louis, so maybe they figured out their defensive issues because they had the shutout against the Bruins. That's after 2 periods. Anaheim leads Pittsburgh 1-0. 3-2 Washington leads Montreal. Washington's off to an impressive start, huh?
They really are. just keep on rolling as Korpisalo dives on top of the loose puck after a shot by Burns.
Edmonton with a 2-1 lead over Nashville.
The Bruins with the stoppage able to get a fresh unit out there after the earlier icing. Kastelik to take this defensive zone face-off. Aho wins it back toward Burns at the point. Sent one across in front, trying to get it back to Aho with the right circle, but he was upended by Hampus Lindholm. Now tips one on goal. A shot from the blue line. Korpisalo makes the save and covers it.
Yeah, it was Slavin, just that wrist shot towards the net. He's got bodies trying to get there. That was Aho, I believe, that got the tip on it going to the net. Unfortunately, Ryan, there's not much we can say right now. There's just nothing good going on. 3 minutes to go in the second period. You have 7 shots on goal.
2 of them in this period. Face-off win here for the Hurricanes. Blake going behind the net. Able to slip away from McAvoy. Hurricanes get set up with Orlov. Over to Chatfield. Near side circle. Backhanded around behind the net by Drury. Locked up along the end boards as Lindholm has Carrier frozen. Now Blake hit the far corner by McAvoy. Puck coming toward the side of the net. Carrier played it back toward the corner to Orlov at the far point. Rolls over his stick out into the neutral zone. Dropped back into the zone by Carrier. Hurricanes getting some changes on. Bruins may get possession here with 2:27 to go in the second period. Crowd booing as Hampus Lindholm still behind the Boston net with the puck.
What are they booing for? Team's up 6-2.
Hasn't exactly been a boring night for the fans here.
The Bruins want to stand behind the net with the puck and let them.
Lazo took a hit. That brings the crowd to life as Frederick plays it down deep here for Coyle. Coyle trying to tuck it in short side. But Kochetkov holds his ground. And the Hurricanes will get it out. Orlov's pass unable to connect with Nechas. And now we get a whistle. And
a couple penalties coming up here.
Guys tangled behind the play.
I know that Zadorov's going to get one of them. I thought they were calling both.
Nope. Just going to be Zadorov.
High sticking.
Another high stick.
Another high stick.
Here's the, well, if you count the double minor, it's 5 high sticking minors tonight in this game. So Carolina will go to the power play once again. Their 5th opportunity of the night.
Two guys is going at it in the middle of the ice, and Orlov and Zadorov, 2 countrymen.
Yeah,
going at it right in.
Hammered off the far boards and out by Peak.
They'll catch the last one, which was a high stick by Zadorov.
Carolina officially now 3 out of 4 on the power play tonight. Nechas will bring it on the right wing circle, pushed it toward the corner. And it comes out in front, covered up by Jonas Korpisalo. And he's on in relief here of Jeremy Swayman from earlier in the period. Has faced 6 shots on goal so far and has stopped them all. Beecher will take the draw here against Jarvis. Aho will get set up along the right wing circle. Pass into the middle, picked off by Coyle. Coyle fake the pass to Beecher. He'll carry it ahead himself. Stops on the top of the left circle and sent one in front. Carlo trying to redirect that on goal, and it went bouncing wide of the far post. Minute 3 to go here in the period.
1 minute remaining in the period.
They just bumped off his stride by Koepke. Hampus Lindholm going to bring it up into the Carolina zone. Wraps it around behind Kochetkov. Jump past him. Koepke brought it out in front, trying to tuck it in past him, but
good effort there.
Yeah.
Koepke on his forehand, bringing that puck strong to the front of the net, trying to reach out on the forehand and the right pad. Again by Kochetkov making that save.
Jarvis angles it into the Boston zone. McAvoy picks it up in front of his goaltender. Neutralize Koepke. Backhands a pass ahead, trying to spring Kastelic into the offensive zone, but Svechnikov was there.
He was done. Kastelic was at the end of the shift.
Hitchus carries Carolina back onto the attack. Svechnikov off a drop pass. Shot block goes up over the net. And again, cleared off the far boards with 15 to go in the period. Marchand chasing Burns behind the Carolina net. Puck sitting in front of the Boston bench. Carlo tried to get there and then didn't. Has to hustle back. Burns centering pass blocked by Lohrei. And it'll be sent out in front of the net just as the horn sounds. And ends the period. So 2 periods complete here in Raleigh. It is Hurricanes 6 and the Bruins 2. We'll be back with more here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month winds down, LifeLock reminds you to update your software regularly. These updates fix security flaws that could be exploited by identity thieves, but don't stop there. LifeLock offers comprehensive identity theft protection that goes the extra mile. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious use of your info, but also takes action to resolve identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege Program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
Busy days and long to-do lists? Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Vogue, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restriction apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends December 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
If you see me stopped in the McDonald's drive-thru, just staring at the menu with my "what should I order" face, don't interrupt. It's the most important decision I'll make all day.
And what could be better than 2 of your favorites for $3.99? Like the McDouble, McChicken, or 6-piece McNuggets. So stop in for twice the delicious. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Carlo plays it off the boards to himself, shadowed by Stahl. Dropped it back behind the net. Lohrei trying to pivot away from a check. Martinook. Martinook reaches around him, pokes that puck loose. Got it in front for Roslovic, and he scores. Carolina on the forecheck, forcing the turnover, and Roslovic gets his second of the night. 6-2, Carolina has the lead after 2 periods of play back here at the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston, and this has been a downright ugly one for the Bruins tonight. Still 20 minutes to go. I mean, where do you start?
I hate to laugh. I'm not laughing. I am, I guess, but I don't know what else to do. I mean, if you're like, what? It's as bad as we've seen. I honestly think, Ryan, that I hated the way they played against the Flyers. They gave up some chances early against Philadelphia, and then they really didn't give up many chances after that. I just think that the Flyers aren't as good as Carolina. Carolina's fast. The Bruins look slow tonight. I mean, they're getting beat to everything. Carolina's first on everything. They're making plays. The first period was filled with penalties. The Bruins' penalty kill has not done a good job. Their power play looked ugly. 5-on-5, you know, I mean, what do they have? 3 shots? Maybe 4?
I think
5
it's
on
4
5?
now, yeah.
They just had a shorthanded chance. You had one goal that was called back because of the goalie interference by Elias Lindholm on Kochetkov. Marginal, but I don't think they would have won it if they had challenged it. I think they probably made the right move by not challenging, but when it's 6-2, I'm thinking, you know, why not give it a shot? Just roll the dice a little bit, trying to get lucky, you know, because you don't know what's going to be called on some of these goalie interference calls. They're searching right now. They started with certain lines after throwing it into the blender. Those lines are out the window. That went out the window a long time ago. It's just, I mean, at one point, you know, we were over halfway through the game, and Carolina had 6 goals. The Bruins had 6 shots. That's what it's been like. So I don't know how you sugarcoat it. If you're us right now watching this game, it's not good. They get beat to pucks. They look slow. They haven't been able to make plays offensively because they can't get out of their zone. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. And I honestly go back to that Flyers game, and you know, we were shaking our heads at the Flyers game, and you know, they said that they thought they did some good things in that game. I don't think they did nearly enough, and I think that game, like if the Flyers were any good, and sorry Philadelphia, no disrespect, but it's just, you know, that's just your second win of the year. If they were a good team like Carolina is, you would have run the risk of being blown out of that one.
Well, because this is a familiar refrain we've heard a lot from Jim Montgomery early on in the season, is that the team has to be faster, that the team has been slow. And when you say that, it's not
play faster.
It's not necessarily about, you know, the skating speed that you're talking about. It's decision making. It's, you know,
they're not
reacting
slow
fast
skaters.
enough. Yeah.
That's not
right.
That's not what you're talking about. They're not slow skaters. I mean, you know, got guys that are faster than others, but it's a matter of how you play the game. And if your passes are in your guys' feet, and if they're behind guys, and if you're not winning races to pucks, those quick burst of speed races to pucks, you know, shot gets taken from the point, it gets blocked, it goes to the corner. Can you get to the puck first? Carolina's been on the puck first all night. Boston's been second on it all night through 40 minutes. I mean, as frustrating as it is for us to watch it, or for fans back home to watch it, you know, I can guarantee that those guys on the bench are just, they're searching right now, and they're kind of in shock at what's going on, because it's been that ugly. It really has. And there's not a lot of good things. There's not a lot of bows we can put on this right now. You know, can you come out with a good 20 minutes here in the third, make it respectable, maybe a chip away at this thing and put some doubt in Carolina's minds? That's possible, but I haven't seen anything that would lead to that. They had 2 really good chances in that period. You had the goal that was called back, but you also had 2 other chances. Kepke had a chance shorthanded. Pasternak had a good chance, 5-on-5, where he got behind the D and tried to drag that puck around Kochekhov's right leg and couldn't quite do it. But so there's some opportunities there, but when you're spending the majority of time in your own zone, it's a long shot right now.
Yeah, can you do something in the third period and maybe just build a little bit of confidence before you get to Saturday's game as well? 6-2, Carolina has the lead after 2. Our music of the game is brought to you by Live Nation. Don't miss theatrical rock icons Ghost World Tour 2025 on July 21st at TD Garden. Get your tickets Friday at livenation.com. We'll get a check of Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray as our second intermission continues from Raleigh here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
Busy days and long to-do lists? Don't forget about your eyes. Pearl Vision has stylish frames from brands like Vogue, Michael Kors, and more. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule your eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends December 31st, 24. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision. Some doctors employed by Pearl Vision.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Attention, common stock investors. Subscribing to FastGraphs will help you invest with confidence. FastGraphs produces essential fundamentals at a glance, condensing hours of fundamental stock research into mere seconds. Quickly see when it is the right time to buy, hold, or sell a stock using FastGraphs' innovative charts and data models. Visit fastgraphs.com today to see why FastGraphs is the ultimate research tool for value investors.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, busy night on the ice tonight. Your NHL scoreboard, Toronto. They have a 3-0 lead over the Seattle Kraken. The third period just began in that one. Tie game between Philadelphia and St. Louis right now at 7:54 to go in the third. Ducks and Penguins tied at 1 in the third. And Montreal, Washington tied at 3 after 2 periods. One other game underway. Edmonton has a 2-1 lead on Nashville. And tonight, San Jose, they will host Chicago. Patriots getting ready for Sunday's game with Tennessee. Drake May still in concussion protocol, but hoping to play. And Thursday night football is underway right now between the Jets and the Texans. Jets scored a touchdown, but after review, the ball carrier fumbled before the goal line. And the Celtics, they lose for the first time last night. They'll play their next 2 games in Charlotte, and Lucas Giolito picked up his team option with the Red Sox for $19 million. Don't miss your chance to laugh the night away. Comics Come Home returns to TD Garden on Saturday night with an all-star lineup in support of the Cam Neely Foundation for Cancer Care. All funds raised during Comics Come Home are critically in helping the foundation mission to provide comfort, support, and hope to adult and pediatric cancer patients and their families. Get tickets now at tdgarden.com/events. I'm Joe Murray. Third period's next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hockey season means it's Pulis boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Pulis boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to pulisboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Pulis Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $289 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequencer shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.79 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 11/4/24.
A lot of insurance companies offer compare and save tools. Are they accurate? Do they really understand my needs? Who knows? Wah, wah. Even worse, who knows what they do with the information you provide? That's why Safety Insurance is committed to working with independent agents. They'll listen, ask smart questions, and make sure you have coverage that truly protects you, even from cybercriminals.
10-5 going twice. So
ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Code Red, your monthly visitor. Whatever you call it, there's only one name you need to know when it comes to managing your period in comfort and style. Say hello to Knix. That's Knix, the #1 leak-proof brand in North America. Knix has revolutionized the period underwear game with their incredible line of leak-proof undies designed for real bodies, from sizes extra small to 4XL. With Knix, you get underwear that look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature hidden protection technology that can absorb from 1 to 14 regular tampons worth of liquid. So you feel dry, comfy, and free. Millions have already made the switch to Knix, and now you can too. Just go to Knix.com and get 15% off with promo code SHOP15. That's KNIX.com, promo code SHOP15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's KNIX.com, promo code SHOP15.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
This is a black and gold flashback.
Centering fast, Busick knocks down Brian Ogilvie. Good tough check of Busick comes away. Ritchie on the right side to Kenny Hodge across the line. Back to Busick, his shot, more! Johnny Busick gets number 500, and everybody's off the Boston bench to congratulate Ritchie, and the crowd gives him a standing ovation. Not only his 500 that ties this hockey game, and he started it with a booming check on Brian Ogilvie in his own zone.
Tonight's Black and Gold flashback taking us all the way back to 1975. Johnny Busick, his 500th NHL goal as the Bruins defeated the St. Louis Blues 3-2. Busick would retire with 556 career goals, 545 of those coming in a Boston uniform. That is still the most in franchise history. We are headed into the third period here in Carolina with the Hurricanes on top 6-2 through 2 periods. The goal scorers for the Bruins, Brad Marchand and Hampus Lindholm, each with their second of the season. But it has been all Carolina other than that. Jack Roslovic has a pair. Andrei Svechnikov has a pair. They never did change the Dmitry Orlov goal over to Jackson Blake. So right now it is his second.
Yeah, so if anybody...
and Martin Necas says the other.
If it's important to anybody... Keep an eye out the next day or two.
Yeah.
Sometimes they change them after the games are over.
Yeah. It feels like that. I mean, we saw it pretty clearly on the replay that should belong to Blake.
Here's all you need to know, right? Not that it's a big deal in this thing, but the guy that's first to the bench to high-five everybody on the bench is the guy that scored the goal.
He knows he scored the goal.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we go. Yeah. Here we go to start the third period. And the puck gets shot into the crowd right off the drop here. So
if there's any doubt, just watch the first guy to go to the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake knows it hit his stick.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to celebrate if he gets it. And then why not? You're a young kid. You're playing in there in the NHL for the first time. And so I think he's got some characteristics from his father. His father was a pesky, good player. Like smaller, fast, relentless. Could put up some points. A little annoying. Say that as a compliment.
That could be. I was going to say that could be a good quality to have.
Sure.
Face off here at center ice once again. Final seconds of the Zadorov penalty ticking off. So Carolina now 3 out of 5 on the power play tonight. Svechnikov played it into the Boston zone. Bruins will go from left to right on offense here in the third. And a chance for Zacha, moving left circle. Save made by Kochetkov. The rebound came squirting out to the near side, but nobody could get there in time. Now dumped back into the left wing corner and around behind Kochetkov. He backhands it toward that far corner.
Gotten some opportunities, but they've been kind of one and done. You know, that's a good chance right there for Zacha.
Kastelik able to slip it away from Slavin. Back of the net. Pasternak racing into the right wing corner to get to it first. Now to Kastelik along the end boards. Pasternak winds it around the boards, and nobody's there at the far point to keep it in, so all the way down it goes. Korpisalo sets it up at the back of the net. Came on midway through the second period for Jeremy Swayman. As the puck gets dumped in by the Bruins, Elias Lindholm out of the corner. Kept it free for Marchand. Marchand tried to shoot. That was blocked off of Chatfield's leg. Back of the net, Orlov holds Marchand off the puck. Martinook played it out into the neutral ice. Kepke able to win it back from Jarvis. Chatfield regains for the Hurricanes. Lindholm's crashing into the far corner after him. But kept in by Lohrei at the left point. He'll play to the back of the Hurricanes net. Orlov overskated. A little help from Marchand in the near corner. Kepke gets grabbed and pulled off the puck. We have a penalty coming up.
You got to imagine the conversation in the locker room for the Bruins just about pride. You know, the jersey you're wearing, you got to have some pride coming into this third period. See what happens if we can chip away at it. It's going to be a holding penalty here to Jarvis, but they haven't dictated the pace of play at all. It's all been Carolina. And you got an opportunity to come out and do something here in the third. Maybe, like I said, maybe you chip away at this thing and give yourself some life. They've got one power play goal. It wasn't the best. I mean, you take them any way you can get them, right? It was a deflection as Marchand tried to make a pass. It went off of a leg and in of Slavin, but
Carolina will get a quick clear here.
The third time this season the Bruins have given up 3 power play goals in a game. One was Colorado where they won.
Right.
The other one was Dallas, and then this one here today.
That's in 11 games. Pasternak drops it off for Elias Lindholm, trying to carry through traffic. Lost it. Near side circle. Played toward the near boards. And it'll be cleared all the way down ice by Eric Robinson. Power play brought to you by Bosch Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Tools, built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Tools, it's what hard workers deserve. Brought through neutral ice here by Pasternak. Elias Lindholm will bring across the line. Played deep by Marchand. Chatfield kept it moving around toward the near side circle, but Coyle is there. Lohrei over to Marchand. Pasternak with his back to net. Puck bounced away from him, but Coyle keeps it moving. Lohrei lost it out near the blue line, and Marchand has to get back in front of Martinook back at the Boston line. Marchand going to carry it all the way to the Carolina zone, but gets run off it, and the Hurricanes will get it cleared. 3 minutes even gone in the period. 45 seconds left on the penalty to Seth Jarvis. McAvoy to Zacha, got it into the zone, but lost it right back out. Bruins have to get back on side here as McAvoy circles through his own zone. Comes up to the center circle to Zacha. Knocked off his stick. Brazo couldn't take advantage, and back comes the Hurricanes with Drury pushing the puck all the way down into the right wing corner. 12 seconds left on the power play. McAvoy fires one down the right wing wall. All the way around, it goes to the far side. Comes bouncing back toward McAvoy. He brings it along the blue line. Pass over to Hampus Lindholm. Fired one in front. Patra rebound chance. Put it wide. Brazo in the left wing corner. Tripped up either by a stick or by the official. And the puck is cleared out. Jarvis is out of the box, so this will be an icing against Carolina with 15:53 to go.
And Brazo looking at the referee like, really? It was literally right in front of him. Patra had the best chance during this power play. Shot was taken from Lindholm from the left point. There's a rebound that comes out the other way, and Patra coming in on that right side. He just, puck's rolling a little bit, but yeah, he missed the net to the blocker side.
Patra still in search of his first of the year. Jones put it wide to the short side. Kept in here by Zadorov on the far point. Here's Jones tried a shot, and that was blocked by Drury. Volleyed back toward the Boston zone. It'll go in on goal. Forced Korpisalo to play it, so no icing. Back onto the stick of Brent Burns in his own zone. Played into the Boston end by Kotkaniemi. Kastelik will help it back out across the blue line. But the Hurricanes regain control. Nechas skating with it just inside of his own blue line. Gostisbehere. Pass up the left side. Kotkaniemi drops it off for Nechas along the near boards to Gostisbehere. Walks toward the center of the blue line. Burns. Send it across. Looking for Nechas out of his reach. Around the far glass, courtesy of Kepke. It'll come bouncing through neutral ice.
That last shift, Frederick had a little running feud going on with Walker here in this game. He tried to get Walker to drop the gloves. Walker just skated away from him.
Here's Patra with a step on the defense coming down the right wing side, but the puck bouncing and rolling on him. Couldn't get it settled, and Burns came over to make the play on it. Svechnikov will bring it back into the attack zone here for Carolina. Passing across back and forth, and Aho tried to direct one toward the net. Instead, the Bruins come back the other way. Pasternak battling with Orlov as he gains the attack zone. Here's Lohrei under pressure, sweeps it down toward the end boards. Pasternak overskated against Orlov. Svechnikov will play it up and out of the zone. Dumped in by Chatfield. Bruins have to get back after it. 14:04 to go. Down 4. Centering pass, and that one taken away by Pasternak. Lifted out into the neutral zone. Knocked down with a high stick. Bruins regain possession, though, so they'll play on. McAvoy through the center ice circle, cutting toward the left wing side as he comes into the Carolina end. Orlov spots it toward the near circle. Pasternak trying to get it away from Martinook. Now Elias Lindholm against Aho. Orlov will skate free with the puck. And from the center ice dot, this backhands it down into the right wing corner and heads off as part of a change. It comes lofting back out into the neutral ice. Kepke couldn't stop it. Slavin played it up the right wing boards, and in behind Korpisalo it goes. He shoots it back around that far side. Outlet pass, trying to get it to Marchand, but it'll go instead for Boston icing with 13:07 left.
Yeah, it's hockey season. Is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Shots now 29-12. Carolina had a 10-5 shot advantage in the first, 18-5 in the second. Puck comes in on goal here, and it'll be covered up off of that face-off. Just came right to the front of the crease. Korpisalo dropping the glove on top of it. That'll bring us to a timeout. 13:04 to go here in the third. 6-2, Carolina leads it on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Early insured by NCUA.
The games play here.
Right there, Rasha steers it to the left corner. Krejci's got it. Right circle, Pastrnak fires, he scores! David Pastrnak! Jones under center, a give to Stevenson, runs it through the right side. Go! Goal, bounces outside 20, goodbye, to the 10, to the 5, end zone bound! Patriots take the lead! Touchdown, New England!
Bang, bang, 2! You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
Like professional sports, life can be rough and tumble. Make sure you're ready to take care of yourself and your family with health insurance from the Massachusetts Health Connector. It's the place to go if you don't have coverage from work or somewhere else, and it's the only place where you can get help paying for your insurance. A plan through the Health Connector delivers the peace of mind knowing you can get the care you need. Go to mahealthconnector.org to apply or find local help that can get you the right plan, no matter how rough things get out there.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
13:04 left, 6-2. Carolina has the lead. Bruins headed to Philadelphia after this one. 1 o'clock start on Saturday against the Flyers, who they just saw at TD Garden the other night. And then quickly back home to take on Seattle on Sunday for a 5 o'clock start. Face-off win deep in the defensive zone here for Coyle. Zadorov played it off the far boards and out into neutral ice. Settled there by Blake. Going to get it back in. Instead, he's forced to drop it back into his own zone. Gostisbehere is there. Long pass ahead. Angled toward the far side by Carrier. Big hit by Zadorov sent Blake flying in front of the Bruins bench. Coyle headed briefly at the Carolina blue line, but now the Hurricanes have it back. Gostisbehere sent it over toward the far side. They'll work it ahead to Carrier. Shouldered by McAvoy. Chance in front, and they score. It's Walker who makes it a 7 spot for Carolina.
3 out of the 7 goals have come from exactly the same place, right in between the hash marks. This puck gets moved in from the right wing side. And Pete, he tried to pick it out of the air. It actually goes off of his stick, but it comes right down on the ice to Walker in between the hash marks. And Walker just rips it blocker side, following up the play. Roslovik's goals have both come from the same exact spot.
Yep.
And Walker's another one.
First of the year for Sean Walker. 7-2 Carolina, still 12:20 to play. And they'll be whistled for an icing here as they dump the puck in from shy of the red line. That's the first goal. Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say the first goal surrendered by Korpisalo tonight.
Yeah, he made some good saves when he came in the second period. Ryan, I know that, it's your first year doing this, but we've been so spoiled for the last few years here.
Puck right through the top of the crease. Orlov with a drive. Save made. Rebound. Scramble. And Nate just nearly had a chance at an empty net.
I don't know how he missed that unless it got deflected wide.
Nate just digging for along the near boards. It'll come free to Patra. He pushed it out of his zone. Chatfield drops it back into his own zone. Nate just has it back quickly to the red line, now across the Boston blue. Stops there. Pastrnak along the near boards will throw one to the front of the net. Zaka was there. Looked like it hit him in the skate, kicked away.
After that Toronto game, I said, all right, they're finding it now, that first period, especially against the Leafs.
Yeah.
But
deep in the Boston zone, Lorai shovels it in behind his net. We've got 10:43 to play. Dump in by Carlo, partially blocked by Slavin. He'll turn back and get it. Bruins went for a change. Carolina moving from right to left on offense. Collision away from the puck as Zadorov and Martinook collided at the Boston blue line. Puck will be squeezed here by Korpisalo to draw a whistle.
Zadorov thought that he got interfered with that blue line. It's So Martinook he's going across the blue line, then he kind of stops and wants to go back the other way because where the puck is going, and Zadorov has to change his direction, but he can't see Martinook there.
Orlov circling behind the Boston net, finds himself some open space. He'll pass up the middle, missed Elias Lindholm coming through neutral ice. Martinook back on the attack for Carolina. He gets knocked down and goes sliding into the corner courtesy of Peak, who also took a tumble in there. Puck onto the stick of Stahl, trying to shoot from the near circle. Instead, back it comes to Gostisbehere, the left point, around to the far side. Marchand able to protect the puck and help it out of the zone. Carolina's got it. It's past the midway point of this third period. McAvoy deep in his own zone. Peak lifts one up through neutral ice off the glove of Frederick.
I think the linesmen are done too. That would have been a hand pass.
Should have been a hand pass. They just let it go. Yeah,
it's good.
McAvoy off into the right wing corner here for Frederick. Frederick bothered by Chatfield along the near side hash marks. Trying to get one toward the front of the net. Instead, Orlov brings it ahead for Carolina. Angles one into the right wing corner. Drury giving chase in there. McAvoy help push it into the left, into that right corner again, but cross ice it comes to Orlov now at the left point. Over to the far side and back across, and that one redirects into the seats near side. 8:58 to go. Carolina 7, Bruins 2. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
David Pasternak plays here.
High slot now, McAvoy far side. Pasternak shoots, looking for the tip. It comes back to him. Fires. He scores! He's got another. Marchand, high slot, looks back door, swings it across, popping out Pasternak. Shoots. He scores! Marchand's got it right circle. Bergeron to Pasternak. Shoots. He scores!
This is the home of the Bees. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
There's high school, and then there's St. Raphael Academy, where students thrive in small classes, a college-style learning experience, and a supportive community. At St. Raphael Academy, every student is inspired and challenged to excel academically, athletically, and spiritually. Is your child...
Carolina has shots from 16 different players tonight. Bruins have shots from 6. 33-13 for the game. Coming off the near side boards, Gostisbehere will play it over to the far circle. Brought up around behind the net. They'll work it back up top for Gostisbehere, and his one-timer gloved by Korpisalo.
Was Gostisbehere one of the guys without a shot?
He was. So it's that 17 out of 18.
17 out of 18 now.
Only guy left on that list is Kotkaniemi.
Yeah, this. I was wondering where you're going with that, because there's nothing positive in the stats.
No.
Certainly nothing positive on the scoreboard right now.
Not unless you're wearing black and red tonight. And big nights for some of their stars. Nechas, Svechnikov each with 3-point nights. Svechnikov 2 and 1. Nechas with a goal and 2 assists. Roslovic 2 goals. Batted around behind the Boston net. They steered up ice by Zacha. Kastelik touched it along to Carlo, jumping up on it. He'll send it around behind the Carolina net. Pasternak getting in there after it. Kastelik kept it alive along the near side. He and Zacha swap positions. Carlo with a drive from out near the blue line, and a glove save made by Kochetkov. Hangs on to it.
Yeah, even that shot right, like, that's got to be lower. You know, if you want Kochetkov to have to battle for that shot, you've got Pastrnak trying to get to the front of the net, and that puck just kind of sails on Carlo a little bit, and it ends up being a routine glove save. If you can put it down on the pads, maybe Pastrnak has a chance to tip it or get a rebound. That's nitpicking. There's a lot of things ahead of that.
We get a whistle and a hand pass here as Carolina cleared the puck. We'll get a face-off just outside their blue line with 8 minutes even left. Face-off win by Patra. McAvoy sent it across ice, and Hampus Lindholm will drive it around the boards. But sent right back out by Robinson. Nechas sends across the line. Shot, score, and it's Kotkaniemi. Every Carolina player with at least one shot, and 8 of them have now found the back of the net with 7:47 to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's garbage time, but it's not really an odd man rush, but some space for Kotkaniemi coming on that right side, and he's going to use Hampus Lindholm as a screen as he gets this pass. He's a left shot, right side, and the shot kind of finds a hole there on Korpisalo, but they said garbage time right now, but
first of the season for Kotkaniemi.
That's, I mean, people are going to, if they haven't left yet, they're leaving now. An early start on Halloween. Well, I don't know how early it is, but.
Puck batted into the air off of Koepke here in his own zone against Stahl. Koepke able to drag it free, brings out to neutral ice. Zadorov carries in across the line, drops one off. Marchand shot right into the glove of Kochetkov with 7:16 left.
It's been a long,
fourth point of the night.
A long game too, by the way. But you got a couple games that were started at the exact same time that are over by now. have been over. Toronto 4-1 over Seattle, and Philadelphia 2-1 winners over the St. Louis Blues. These games have been done for a while.
10 penalties and 10 goals. It does tend to drag things out a little bit. Martinook kicks one toward the Boston zone here. So we come down towards 7 minutes to go. Nechas got an assist there, so he's now got a 4-point night. Marchand handing for Elias Lindholm, tried to get it back to Marchand on a little give and go, but missed him. Played back to the left point. Shot up and over the net. It'll come to the near side for Peak. Elias Lindholm will turn and head off on a change here as Burns goes behind the net with it for Carolina. Now he'll shoot one down ice, and Jarvis in behind everyone will beat it for icing. Peak to Zadorov. Pass through neutral ice. Kick deep here by Coyle. Jones tried to move it for Frederick in the near corner. Instead taken away. Aho will backhand it out to the neutral zone. Coyle springs it right back into the attack zone, but out of the reach of Jones. Carlo fires a loose puck toward the net. Gloved by Kochetkov, and hangs on and draws another whistle with 6:08 left.
Kochetkov didn't get the memo to keep it moving.
We saw that in Nashville with Swayman just trying to get that game over with once it got to 4-0. Just play it back into play and avoid the whistles. Kastelik will take an attack zone face-off here against Drury.
It's going to be a grind tonight on the flight to Philadelphia for the coaching staff, right, to try to figure this thing out.
Here's Zacha, shot blocked by Drury.
Looking for answers, trying to figure it out. There's only so many meetings, there's only so many video sessions you can have. It's a matter of getting the job done. And when you watch this one here tonight, Ryan, it's just, it's men against boys. It really is.
Teams on two different planets right now. There's a shot attempt by Carrier that is ramped up out of play. With 5:33 left, we'll take our last break here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
Or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5, thesportshub.com.
5:33 to go. In all Carolina all night. 8-2, they lead it. First of 3 meetings on the year. They won't meet again until March when the Bruins come back here to Raleigh. Hurricanes' only appearance at TD Garden will be in April. Face-off win in the Boston zone by Coyle. Zadorov brings the puck behind the net. Up ahead it comes to Frederick. Carried in to the right wing corner. And a pivot away from Walker. Knocked off his stick by Kotkaniemi out through neutral ice. Kotkaniemi lost it to the Boston line. Coyle turns it back up ice. He'll carry on into the Hurricane zone. Trying to drive to the side of the net. Pivots back instead into the corner. And dropped one off for Frederick, and a one-timer gloved by Kochetkov.
You know, you look at it too. You try to dissect it a little bit. Is there any positive you take out of this game? There isn't one. You know, the Bruins' power play was not good. They had some power plays early. They haven't had many after that, but they had some power plays early, including the 5-on-3. They got one goal, which was a good bounce for them off of the leg of Slavin. That ended up in the back of the net, but other than that, the power play wasn't good. They've taken too many penalties here in this game, and they've given up 3 power play goals. It's not the reason. It's not the sole reason they lost, but third time this year you've given up 3 power play goals in a game. You're only 11 in.
Puck goes behind the net. In the Boston zone, Burns trying to play it back deep. It'll redirect out of play.
Not a good combination when you take too many penalties and you can't kill them. It's
Hurricanes
just
3 out of 5.
And they had 2 in the first period, which helped extend that lead, right?
Yeah.
But you can say, well, Bruins 5-on-5. Well, they weren't good.
Shot by Burns, kicked aside once again by Korpisalo. Puck goes straight up into the air here. And
halfway through the game, they had 1 shot on goal at 5-on-5. The Bruins did. 1 shot on goal halfway through the game, 5-on-5. And it was a goal by Lindholm.
Right. There's Koepke back inside his own blue line. 4:20 left to play. This will be the Bruins dropping to 1-4-1 over their last 6 games.
You know, they tried to take some positives out of the Philadelphia game. I mean, you and I talked about it. I don't think we were going there, but they tried to find some positives out of that game. There's nothing out of this one. 0. So
here's a giveaway out near the blue line and a chance in front. A backhander stopped by Korpisalo as Roslovic was bidding for a hat trick.
You know, and from a coaching standpoint, can you just say it's one really bad game, we're just going to flush it? I don't think you can. It's because it's a pattern right now.
Well, in a 6-game span, they've been outscored right now 24-9, and that includes the 4-3 win over Toronto. So that's 5 goals total in the other 5 games. Orlov Played it across ice. They work it quickly back across to the left circle for Nachos. Trying to get it back to Orlov at the point. His shot ramps up and over Korpisalo, waved at it with a glove. Here's Nachos, left circle, point blank. And Korpisalo made the stop there. Bruins looking to get it out. Jones angling it for Zacco, taps it ahead. He's behind the defense, moving in, took the shot. Chekhov made the stop.
He was way out to make that save. And he should have been, because Zacco really had nowhere to go. He's being angled off. He can't get to the middle that time.
Just dropping it back into the Carolina zone. 3 minutes even to go. Costas Bear waiting in his own end. Pass out to center ice. McAvoy gets a stick in there. In front of the penalty boxes near side. Drury helps it on into the attack zone for Carolina. Coyle pivots away from the forecheck of Drury. Now turns it back down low. Now back and forth they go. Drury staying with him. Lindholm knocked down his man. McAvoy's got it. And some space along the far circle. Long pass up the far wing for Brazo. Swings it wide to the near side. Coyle skating onto it, but then he gets pulled away from it. At the blue line to try to keep in was Carlo. Martinook will get it cleared. Hurricanes change. Bruins doing likewise. 2:05 left. Slavin. Lifted back out to neutral. Koepke got it from Carlo and sends it down the left wing boards. Patra about trying to get it to the front of the net. It's in behind, gets hauled off it by Slavin. Outlets it to Stahl. And the Hurricanes step on into the attack zone again. Centering pass. Stahl trying to catch it with his stick as it came out of the air. Bruins steer it away with 90 seconds left. Martinook just out of his reach in the neutral ice. Andrew Peak for the Bruins. Patra tried a one-touch a pass in the direction of Frederick. They'll get it deep into the Carolina zone, but Hurricanes will steer it right back out of there. Peak at the blue line, just kept it in. Around the boards it goes to Brazo in the left corner. Brazo off the far boards, back to the point. Zadorov's shot doesn't make it through. Puck is angled ahead. Nachos giving chase. Zadorov kicks it away from him. 52 seconds remaining. And the puck goes out of play on the near boards. Deflected. Faceoff will stay in the Boston zone. And a 1 o'clock face-off on Saturday afternoon. We'll come to you with our pregame coverage at 12:30 across the network.
Flyers coming off another win here today. They had given up a ton of goals. They shut the Bruins out at TD Garden recently, and then they had the 2-1 win tonight against the St. Louis Blues.
Up deep in Boston territory. Crowd coming to their feet.
The ones that are left.
Yeah, a lot of empty seats here. They have had plenty of entertainment tonight. Got their money's worth. Peak from his own zone to Zadorov. 15 seconds. As the Bruins are going to be whistled offside here at the Carolina line, so we'll get at least one more face-off. Shot totals are 37-16.
I'm looking at shot attempts.
Yep.
Ryan, is 65-33.
Wow.
65-33 shot attempts for Carolina compared to Boston.
Backhanded into the Boston zone here by Roslovic, and that will mercifully bring this one to a close. 8-2, Carolina wins in the final. Back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
What you do if your online store can 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month winds down, LifeLock reminds you to update your software regularly. These updates fix security flaws that could be exploited by identity thieves. But don't stop there. LifeLock offers comprehensive identity theft protection that goes the extra mile. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious use of your info, but also takes action to resolve identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Attention common stock investors. Invest with confidence with FastGraphs. FastGraphs produces essential fundamentals at a glance. Instantly see when to buy, hold, or sell a stock with FastGraphs. Visit fastgraphs.com today.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feeds in the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Special man. Jones with a reset. Feeds forward, takes the snap from Andrews. Drops back, stands in, throws it back shoulder. Myers catches the 45 near side. Tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
Hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
Hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $289 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.79 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 11/4/24.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Sends across the line, shot, score. And it's Kotkaniemi. Every Carolina player with at least one shot, and 8 of them have now found the back of the net with 7:47 to go. 8-2 the final score here tonight in Carolina. The Hurricanes dispatched the Bruins with unfortunate fairly ease.
They embarrassed them.
Yeah.
It was men against boys. There's no other way to put it, and you can't sugarcoat it. We weren't crazy about the game that they played against the Flyers the other day. I think if the Flyers were a more explosive team, it could have been worse than that 1-0 or 2-0 score that it eventually was. But the Bruins were slow to pucks. They were a step behind all game. There's just no other way to put it. They took a few too many penalties, whether you agree with them or not. They took a few too many penalties. Then you give up the 3 power play goals. It's not the only reason they lost here today, but never did they really build up momentum in this game. And, whether it was, what they talk about trying to be relentless on forecheck, and you can't get out of your zone, you can't get relentless on the forecheck. And it just, it was ugly. But whether it's defense backing in, whether it's pucks getting turned over, whether it's battles lost, poor coverage inside their own zone, the penalty kill, just go down a long list of things that can go wrong for you in a game, and they went wrong today. And give Carolina credit, but Bruins need to do some soul searching to figure this thing out. It's too good of a roster to be playing ugly games like that back to back, and especially over the last, 5 or 6 now that they've had. They only had the one win against Toronto. I thought they were going to pull themselves out a little bit against Toronto because it was a good game, and they played well in that game. But the games surrounding it, the Utah game, coming back home, and Dallas, 3 power play goals against them in that one. Here today, Philadelphia the other day. It's becoming a pattern, and this is going to be an interesting flight, I think, on the way to Philadelphia, and an interesting 48 hours or less before you get playing on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, fairly quick turnaround for the afternoon game. Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative is sponsoring our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they're donating another $100 to fight food insecurity with 4 feeds tonight. That's another $400 for the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard, get the 3 stars, and wrap things up from Carolina next on the 985 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie, and one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Coming up short? We've got you covered. With Navigant Credit Union's Overdraft Privilege program, you can take charge of your finances with reduced fees. Just another perk of being an owner. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Going down in the rinse shade. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash and smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
David Pasternak plays here.
High slot now, McAvoy far side. Pasternak shoots, looking for the tip. It comes back to him, fires, he scores! He's got another! Marchand, high slot, looks back door, swings it across, popping out Pasternak, shoots, he scores! Marchand's got it, right circle, Bergeron to Pasternak, shoots, he scores!
This is the home of the Bees. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Into the slot, Crosby blocked on its way to the net by Gauthier. And he overskates. And he turns it over. Crosby, he's alone. Sidney Crosby scores!
Sidney Crosby, the overtime game winner against Anaheim. Penguins win that one by the score of 2-1. Flyers get a couple wins in a row. 2-1 winners over the St. Louis Blues. Toronto takes down Seattle 4-1. It was the Washington Capitals 6-3 over the Montreal Canadiens. And in the end of 2 periods, Edmonton with a 3-1 lead over Nashville. 10:30 start tonight, San Jose playing host to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Tonight's 3 stars presented by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full lineup that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Well, some big nights for the Carolina Hurricanes. The number 3 star with a pair of goals, Jack Roslovic. Carlo plays it off the boards to himself, shadowed by Stahl. Dropped it back behind the net. Lohrei trying to pivot away from a check on Martinook. Martinook reaches around him, pokes that puck loose. Got it in front for Roslovic, and he scores. And the number 2 star of the night with a 3-point night, 2 goals and an assist for Andrei Svechnikov. Nachos got it back up top for Gostisbehere. Now again for Nachos along the hash marks. Jarvis swings one in front. Swayman made the initial save and the rebound. They score. Svechnikov had 2 hacks at it. And the second one goes. It's 5-2 Carolina. And a 4-point night for the number 1 star of the night, Martin Necas, a goal and 3 assists. Necas centering, score. Right after play, resume. Necas just threw one to the front of the net, and it redirects through Swayman. It is 4-1 Carolina. That 4-point night for Necas now gives him 12 points in the last 5 games. He's got 4 goals and 8 assists in that span. The final score, Carolina wins it 8-2 here on their home ice. The power play numbers ugly for the Bruins as Carolina finishes the night 3 out of 5 on the man advantage. The Bruins go 1 for 5, including some lengthy 5-on-3 time in the first period. As the shots on goal totals finish 37-15 in favor of Carolina. 22 of those shots directed at Jeremy Swayman, who made 16 saves on 22 shots. He left midway through the third period after surrendering the 6th goal, but he was absolutely under siege tonight through the 29 minutes and 32 seconds that he played. Jonas Korpisalo played the rest of the way and stopped 13 out of 15. Swayman drops to 3-4-1 in 8 starts on the year, while Peter Kochetkov will go to 4-1 on the season as he stopped 13 out of 15 shots that came his way from Bruins shooters this evening. So that'll drop the Bruins to 4-6-1 on the year, 9 points in 11 games. The Hurricanes improved their record to 7-2 overall, 14 points in 9 games. Rod Brind'Amour's team now riding a 5-game winning streak, while the Bruins are 1-4-1 in their last 6 games, having been outscored in those games 24-9. They'll try to figure things out on Saturday afternoon when this 2-game road trip wraps up as the Bruins take on the Philadelphia Flyers. You can join us for pregame coverage starting at 12:30 across the network with our face-off at 1 o'clock. Now for our executive producer, Jeremy Conley, our engineer in the booth tonight, Ben Alexander, and for Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night from Raleigh.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers. The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Night Train, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Studios, the Patriots.
Into the end zone.
Here.
Touchdown for the Patriots.
WBC FM and HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
The Bruins were scary tonight. They lost 8-2, played both their goaltenders, and well, Carolina had 2 players threatening for the hat trick, but the hats did not come out. 8-2, the final tonight. Bruins now 4-6-1 on the season. They'll continue their road trip on Saturday against Philadelphia. Not good right now for the Boston Bruins. NFL, 7-0 at halftime. Texans over the Jets. CJ Stroud, well, he left the game with an injury. No update yet if he will return in the game, but it is halftime. The Jets scored a touchdown, but it was called back after the ball was fumbled before the goal line by Malachi Corley. Patriots gearing up for the Titans this weekend. Drake May was back at practice, still in concussion protocol, but is on pace to potentially play this Sunday. And the Red Sox making a move today. Lucas Giolito opted into his $19 million player option with the Red Sox. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Boston plays here.
Coming through the slot. Close shot. Save. Rebound. Scored.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Face-off win by Patra. McAvoy sent it across ice, and Hampa's Lindholm will drive it around the boards. But sent right back out by Robinson. Nechas sends across the line. Shot, score. And it's Kotkaniemi. Every Carolina player with at least one shot, and 8 of them have now found the back of the net with 7:47 to go.
Horrible, horrific, whatever adjective you want to use. They sucked tonight. They were terrible. Did they even show up? Were they overmatched? I mean, Carolina just came off 6 games in a row on the road trip. Well, they've been good, by the way. They went on a big winning streak. You figured after the game the other night they'd show something. They showed nothing. They left their goalie hanging out to dry, according to Bob Beers. This is terrible. Where do you go from here now? Where do the Bruins go from here? Where do you guys go from here? I'd love to hear from you at 617-779-0985. There were way more tricks than treats tonight. Just an uninspiring loss for the Boston Bruins. 8 goals, 8-2. They had no answers tonight. No penalty kill, power play. Swayman got pulled. He gave up 6 goals. That's not a good storyline. But it was the same old from the Bruins, right, tonight? What changed? Too many penalties, not being able to kill off long power plays, getting a 5-on-3, and you can't score. It's the same thing every single night, everyone. I'm bored of this now. Should we continue to keep talking about this? Should I move on? I'm going to tell you about this awful football game that's going on right now in New Jersey. This has been a real sucky night. I don't know how else to say it, guys. This sucks.
More points in that Bruins game than in this Thursday night football game.
I know. You're right. This was horrible. It's the same, like tonight, right? Normally I'd like to pound the table and kill the Bruins. It's the same old. Same old thing. 6 goals on 21 shots for Jeremy Swayman, and he got no help in front of him. None. The penalty kill, they went 3 for 5 tonight, Carolina. Then comes Eunice Corpusalo. He gives up 2 goals on 13 shots. So I did some Joe math. Everybody. The Bruins last year in 2023, they gave up 21 goals in 11 games. The Bruins this year have given up 42 goals in 11 games. I know a lot of the issues are in front of the goaltenders, but that stands out. You can't not look at that. And I've been saying it for days now. They have no identity. The Bruins have no identity. None. Last year it was their goaltending. They went out to a 4 start or whatever it was last year. Who's good on the team? Who does anything well anymore? Like, Marchand looks old and washed. Lindholm scored tonight. Well, Hampus Lindholm scored tonight because, well, you know, they had to get a goal from their defenseman, right? Nobody else could score. What do I do here anymore? What do I do? What do you want me to say? It's the same old thing every night. There's no chemistry. They're too slow. They can't kill off penalties. They can't score when they're on the power play. They don't get enough shots off. At one point, the Bruins had as many shots in the game as goals for Carolina tonight. They're uninspiring. What are you going to fire the coach? Is that going to help? You going to fire the GM for putting this team together? I thought the team would be good. Is it the Swayman situation and what happened in the offseason and him not being ready to go? Because that's a lot of goals to me. I believe now that's 22 goals in 11 games for Swayman this year. No. 22 goals in 8 games. Can you believe that? Trust me, there's issues everywhere. If I just stick to the goaltending, we don't even have to talk about anything else. Goaltending's not as good as it once was. They're a worse team than they were last year. That's a fact. And I think they're slow. I think they create too many penalties. And nobody can score. What else? What else here? What else can we talk about? Like, they were uncompetitive in the first period. Uncompetitive. 10 minutes in, the Bruins get a power play. They actually got a shot on net. Do you believe that? It took them 10 minutes to actually get a shot on net tonight.
I'm sorry if you've already mentioned this, but there was a point in the game where the Hurricanes had 6 goals and the Bruins had 6 shots on net.
It's worth repeating that.
Not good.
That is awful. I mean, at 4-2, I was like, all right. Like, all right, maybe 4-3, and they'll fight it out. They were outshot 10-5 after 20 minutes. They weren't mentally focused tonight. This is where I'll get on the coach. And then the penalty kill. The penalties have crushed the Bruins. After giving up 2 power play goals in the first, well, their penalty kill got worse in the second. How many power play? I don't even want to look, Skaz, I don't even know if we should look it up. How many power play goals? Just spitball. How many power play goals do you think the Bruins have given up this year? Because there was 3 in one game. There was 3 tonight.
Feels like it's got to be double digits
over
already.
10. It's got to be over double digits. Touchdown Jets. Garrett Wilson. I wonder if Fred's watching. You think he's watching? Loves the Jets. You think he's listening to this show or the Jets?
Got to be watching the Jets, I don't know. The Halloween night, the Bruins with a horrific performance, Joe. It's usually we get a lot of angry callers post-game when the Bruins lose. I think people are feeling a little defeated tonight.
Did you say horrific?
Horrific.
Missed field goal. Doink. In. This is going to be me for the next hour. What can we possibly talk about with this team anymore? By the way, what happened to the Bruins power play? 1 for 5 tonight. Did Marchand score? Yeah. They were lifeless tonight. Get it?
Thing to do. Get Montgomery DM Van Line's phone number. Don't even let him come back to Boston. I'm telling you, Joe, they got to shake it up and do it fast. Too many different things. You just said it, okay? It's not just the goalie. There's too many different things, and when it's too many different things, the coach goes, they're not ready to play. I'm disgusted. I got to give Bob Beers credit. I love listening to Beersy. He calls it like it is, Joe. It is bad. He says it. I feel bad for Ryan trying to call his first 8 games for the Bruins, and they're doing this. He's gone. I don't know who they bring in, but they need to shake it up. It's the only way to do it. And, Joe, if you get to it, I need a restaurant in Portsmouth, New Hampshire for Saturday night. I have no idea. Meeting a bunch of people there. I got to pick the restaurant we're going to. Could use some help, callers.
Where you going to Portsmouth, New Hampshire?
Yeah. We've been busy. Finished 3rd place in the Halloween costume as Gomez and Morticia. Not that anybody cares, but I took that $50 and had lunch Sunday. Thank you very much.
There you go. So do you want bar, crowdish, like not.
Yeah, they they're kind of that, not fancy restaurant, more something with a vibe, Joe.
River House. It's right on the water. It's on Bow Street. It's right there. It's always busy. It's always bumping. Good food.
That's what I need, Joe. River House. I'll book it now. 8 people.
Yeah, it's on Bow
Outstanding.
Street. And listen, there are better places, but you just want to go and have some food and hang out.
That's what they want. River House. I'm going to book it when we get off the phone, Joe. Never doubt you at all.
And you can walk.
Hey, give me a coach's name for the Bruins, will you? Because
Jay Leach.
Give me somebody.
Jay Leach, Joe Sacco.
Ooh, I like Sacco. Put a little life in it. Can we show him how to score? Well, nothing like having a 2-goalie tandem that was great, huh? You asked for the trade, you got rid of Olmark, and look at what we got now. It's too much, Joe. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy. This is not cool. No, sorry, I didn't have my call screener up. Yeah, we could talk dining destinations if you want. Why not? What are we supposed to do with this team? Do you want me to yell and scream and pound the table and I can do that if you want me to, but I think I did that the other night. All right, well, we'll go to break. If you want to call in, 617-779-0985. That's the phone number. You can join us on the chat, too. YouTube.com/985 The Sports Hub. I already got people saying Leach sucks. Sacco is the power play coach. Bring in an outsider. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. Give me names, please. I was asked a question. I gave 2. You don't like them. So give me your names then. Fox guy. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub. David Pasternak plays here.
High slot now, McAvoy far side. Pasternak shoots, looking for the tip. It comes back to him. Fires. He scores! He's got another. Marchand, high slot, looks back door, swings it across, popping out Pasternak, shoots, he scores! Marchand's got it, right circle, Bergeron to Pasternak, shoots, he scores!
This is the home of the Bees, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hi, I'm Jim Burns, sales manager from AAA Work Trucks, your local truck upfitter in Billerica. We all know your truck setup is critical to your success on the job, so choose AAA Work Trucks to upfit your vehicle. We sell and install virtually everything your commercial truck needs, from van shelving to ladder racks, lift gates, toolboxes, power inverters, and much more. Call 866-783-6222 and we'll come up with a solution that works best for you. Visit us at AAAWorkTrucks.com. That's AAAWorkTrucks.com.
Hey, it's Zoe. Are you looking for a dental care experience that's as modern as it's comforting? Then look no further than Boston Dental and their beautiful Seaport location. I was in there the other day just to set up my consultation, and I couldn't get over all the renovations that they made. Elevate your dentist experience with a team of doctors who provide unmatched expertise and artful execution with their patient-centric approach. This new standard of dentistry is unbeatable. They even have a robot that cleans the place. Come smile with them in the Seaport. Visit bostondental.com to book your appointment next month.
Hello again. I'm Phil Ng, General Manager of the T. Just as a reminder, as one of the final steps of our track improvement program, we'll be suspending Orange Line service between Oak Grove and North Station from October 26th through November 1st. Once complete, the entire Orange Line will be free of slow zones for the first time in many years, and I'm confident by the end of this year, all of our subway lines will be completely free of speed restrictions. Your patience has been invaluable as we proudly deliver you improved, safe, and reliable service.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Knix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Knix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code SHOP15. That's knix.com, promo code SHOP15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
Sunday, the Patriots head to Music City in Tennessee to take on the Titans.
He's going to run to the left. May to the outside 15. May to the 10. May to the 5. May to the end zone.
Pre-game with Murray and Gasper is at 10.
Hands off Stevenson. Runs it left. Ramondre fights into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Patriots.
Little response here. That's
Bob and Zoe have the call of the game at 1 on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
His way to the end zone and the lead. Touchdown.
The Pats, the Titans, on your home of New England Patriots football. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Solak and Bertrand get you through the midday. Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
Field goal made by the Texans. 10-7 right now. 4:11 to go in the third quarter. So, I had a couple of things. We had a terrible, awful, horrendous, horrific, just despicable, terrible waste of our life and time Bruins game tonight. It's Halloween and there's no candy in the building. It's been a trick all night. We have not been treated at all tonight, Skaz.
Bruins certainly didn't treat us. Thursday night football game certainly not treating us.
Thursday night, I hit the Stroud over 9.5 yards.
Small treat.
Ching, ching, ching.
Small treat.
But tonight sucked. Tonight stinks. Tonight, awful. And, it's Halloween, so, who's around, I hope nobody watched that thing. It never happened, right? It never happened. Someone just asked this in chat, so we have a show to do today. I want to entertain this idea. I'm just going to entertain it, so let's do it. I don't think another show will do it, so we will. Would the Bruins ever consider trading Brad Marchand?
You just spent all of last segment talking about how bad he looks and how slow and old he looks. So why would they, would be my first question.
Money off the books. I mean, listen, they're not. Skaz, great point. Listen, yes, you're right. I just sat here the previous segment and crapped all over him, and now I want to trade him? You're right. But this is where we're at right now. I got nothing for you. What do you want them to do? What? So I want to entertain the idea because someone brought it up in chat. But yes, he did score tonight, by the way. He has scored, I believe, 2 goals in his last 35 games or whatever. But would they ever consider it? Does he need a change of scenery? Is he the right captain for this team? Listen, it's not all Marchand's fault. Don't think I'm going there with it. I'm entertaining the idea. Entertaining the idea. Guy in the last year of his contract. He doesn't have an extension done. Would they ever consider it? Now, it's probably too early to do it now, right? But if the season continues to go the way it does, is it worth talking about it? Will another show bring it up? I don't know. We're going to do it here. Why not? Because they were so horrible tonight. I need storylines to talk about because the game had none. No storylines at all out of this game tonight. So I just throw out there Brad Marchand's future in Boston. Is it the rest of the season or is it long term? That's how I'll leave it, Skaz.
Yeah, I mean, captains have been traded in the NHL. It's not completely, out of the realm. Eichel was traded. One of the Stalls was traded. I'm sure Claude Giroux was traded. So it is something that happens, on bad teams as these guys get older. But I think it's a little early to do the Marchand trade thing. It seems like Monty's going to be the fall guy no matter what happens. Obviously, they're not responding. I don't want to blame Montgomery for how this team's looked because you lose 8-2. It's not on the coach. That's on the players as well, just not showing up. Losing to the Flyers 2-0 at home. Like, you can't score a goal against the Flyers. It's at some point the players have to look in the mirror too. But I do think that Monty's. It looks like his days are probably numbered here.
Can I tell you why Monty's not going to get off the hook tonight? He separated. He put all the fourth line's been their best line, right, Skaz? He separated them all and put them on a line. He separated Lindholm and Pasternak. He put Marchand, Beecher, Kastelik, and Kopke all went to different lines tonight. His move was absolutely horrible. Right? Him tinkering with the line tonight, how'd that work? That's desperation, Hail Mary stuff. I guess that's the takeaway tonight. He has been tinkering with lines the last two games, and he's getting nothing. And tonight, his best line, which is the fourth line, he puts each and every one of them on a line tonight, moves Coyle down to 4, Lindholm and Pasternak break up. It didn't work. It looked horrendous. You gave up 8 goals. Not just because your goaltender gave them up, but because there was no chemistry at all. That's on the coach.
Yeah, tough to argue with that one. I didn't even really think about all the tweets and stuff we got about the line combinations leading into this game. So Monty's trying to push buttons, and it's just not working.
It's not working. It's like he was hired to come in and work with a team that had young players, right? And it worked. They had the best regular season ever. They got bounced in the first round. Why? He leaned on the veterans too much. So then next year, he's back. And in a Game 7 situation, if they lose, rumor was he's fired. They make it to Game 6 against the Florida Panthers who win the championship. And now he's a lame duck coach who they spent big money on the roster in the offseason. And he's tinkering with lineups 10 games in, and he's getting nothing out of it. At some time or some point, the message doesn't get to the players. So is it the players against Montgomery? What is it? You're going to fire another good coach because the players aren't performing? So that's why I brought it up. Who else do you have in mind for a coach? And if it continues to go this way, is Brad Marchand a part of the future or not? 617-779-0985. Now I'm fired up. Morale all day has been down. John's in Hampton Beach. Hey, John.
What's going on, guys? Love the show. Two things quick about the captain thing with Marchand. Damn. What about Chara? He got traded away. I don't know who later in his career. I don't know how the role play goes. You can only do so much. I don't really think Montgomery's, the issue, like you said, is the players. They got to play. And also handing out trick or treat tonight. That sucked.
What happened? Were there a lot of kids?
A lot of kids, but more teenagers. Like get a freaking job.
Dummy up.
That's what you're mad about? Is the
teenagers?
Yeah, heaven forbid they walk around and try and snag some free candy. That really upsets you?
Oh, I did it. Oh, I loved Halloween. Halloween in the city.
Guy was angry about his hockey team, so he took it out on the teenagers trying to get some free candy. Relax, take a breather.
You know what, though? We're not getting our candy tonight. We've been tricked all night long. Ooh, this is, now that I'm thinking about it, first reaction, I had nothing. Now I'm thinking about it. Montgomery had a bad night.
Yeah, he's all done.
How does he, like, it sucks. He's a good dude, I think he's a good coach. He really did well with Dallas. Look at them now. I mean,
I think about the playoffs, though. Some of the line decisions he made, not great.
Yeah. Who's left? They brought Jay Leach back. Was that to, like, be the backup plan if something would happen? I mean, all these guys were with Jay Leach in Providence at one point. Sacco is a big part of this team. I mean, do you go, like, what do they do? Like, here, hypothetically, right? Should they just let Montgomery off the hook? Like, I feel like the team's talented enough to maybe turn it around. If they fire Montgomery, right? What changes come ahead? Do they just play Lysell and Merkelov and these guys, and then Max Jones, see you later, and all these guys?
You're really hung up on the Lysell thing. He has not been that good in Providence.
I know. Skaz, I'm hung up on it because
you're looking for anything.
Yes. Thank you. What else? Like, some guys are upset that they're down there, so maybe you give them a bump and something happens. I get it.
Can't be any worse.
This has happened all the time. Guys go down, they don't play well, and then when they come back up, they play well. It's happened on many. Tyler Seguin used to do that all the time. I'm reaching. Oh, what else? What else? Tyler, we're going back to Tyler Johnson now? What else?
He's going to fix everything.
You're going to make a trade? What are we going to trade? We're going to trade now. Who wants any of these guys right now? That's why I bring up Marchand. At least he's got clout. Oh, Montgomery tonight. I don't know how he, like, when Sweeney goes, Coyle on the fourth line center tonight, huh? How does that one get over? I think he has until Saturday. And, dude, they're going to play in Philly on Saturday, where there's going to be a matinee fight. Oh, I love a good matinee fight. I think, is it a matinee? I don't even know if it's, okay, it is. Good. Oh, a good fight during the day in. If they lose that thing, dude, he's coming home and he's canned. What do you even do at this point? How bad is Lysell doing in the minors, by the way? Can we do that? Can we look that up during the break? Let's do that during the break. I want to know what the guys in the minors are doing. I'm reaching right now. I'm hurting myself reaching, by the way. If you got a coach, let me know. I mean, do they even want to pay a guy after letting this one go? We'll get the final headline of the night. I'm Joe Murray here in the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Bruins lost 8-2. 8 goals to 2. It's not good. They'll play in Philly Saturday afternoon. Thursday night football. Texans have a 10-7 lead right now. 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Drake May still in concussion protocol, but we'll find out if he plays this weekend. And Lucas Giolito has picked up his team option with the Red Sox. $19 million. Ho-hum. $19 million to do nothing, huh? I'd love to do that. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray, and I want candy.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
New Yorkers and visitors alike are heading to New York City's extraordinary experience that you have to feel to believe. Summit One Vanderbilt, an interactive multi-level experience of art, sky, and exploration. Discover exhilarating heights, explore reflective spaces, walk among floating silver orbs, and immerse yourself in spectacular views of New York. Book your visit at summitov.com and start your journey here.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh. Dude. What the? Oh, seriously?
Hey, life happens. But at Verizon in the Providence area, we got you. Trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition, guaranteed. And get a great deal on one of our best 5G phones with Unlimited Ultimate. And turn...
No!
into...
Oh, yeah!
Visit a Providence area Verizon store today.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No look, bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand. And the Celtics are dancing right now. They're Brogdon across half court. His man's headed for the exit. Tatum, pull up three. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29 in the Tatum to the right. Pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated. Right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline. Turns. Fade. No! Get it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Massachusetts football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws an awesome block so his teammate can score instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Everyone knows the most exciting part of football is the score. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you, play responsibly.
Hope is here. Call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Massachusetts only. Subject to eligibility requirements. In partnership with MGM Springfield. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com. McGovern Ford has over 1,000 commercial vehicles in stock. Visit one of their 3 locations in Saugus, Lowell, or Framingham and pick up a new Ford Transit van starting at just $32,000 and with rates as low as 0% on commercial vans. Visit McGovernTruckCenter.com. That's McGovernTruckCenter.com.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
New England's biggest sporting event, November 1st through the 3rd at Shriners Auditorium in Wilmington. Meet over 40 of sports' biggest names. 375 tables of buying and selling. For more information, go to SureShotPromotions.com.
This is a public service announcement from 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Goodwill can turn your donations into jobs. They found a direct link between your donations and job creation. Log on to Goodwill.org and become a job creator. That's Goodwill.org.
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray Pre-Party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.